Hello, everyone.
Hello!
Welcome to Board Game House, where
Hi!
normally 3, but 2 friends tonight
Two
play
friends.
board games on the internet for all of you. Before we begin, hello Platt, hello G, hello Rachel, hello SoCal, hello Marmagni, hello Catskills, hello Wampus, hello Felix, DK Aspie,
Thrice the artist!
Thrice the Artist.
Okay, Ray, I was putting my hair in these little buns, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought of you the entire time I was doing it, because we had talked about how much that you like unicorn hair in fun buns, so. Also, thank you, Wampus.
Thank you, Platt.
Magni also commented on green.
Well, just because someone yells out green does not mean that they necessarily like it. It could be like, oh my god, your hair is green.
Little buns today. Because I don't know if I can do the full fun buns. I used to be able to, but my hair's shorter now, so.
Let's see. Before we begin, a few things. First of all, wait, what happened? What was all that stuff that happened? Hold on. I'm just going back up for just a second.
Platt gifted a tier 1 sub to SoCal, which is their first gifted sub in the channel. But then it also said something about paying it forward that the gift that they got to SoCal, and I don't know how that works. But thank you for your absolute generosity. It is very much appreciated, Platt.
It's getting there.
Okay, so because I know how you fix your hair, because that you fix it that way, the roots always lighten up beforehand, and this one is such a pretty, gradient. It's very nice. Very nice gradient.
Well, either way, thank you so much for that. That's very, very nice. Before we begin, a few quick announcements. If you missed it, yesterday our first review went up. It was of Oceans.
It's doing very well.
That I did. So thank you everyone that's watched it so far. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's only like 3.5
I don't
minutes.
think I've ever seen this shirt.
You probably haven't.
Did you just, pull it out from somewhere?
My closet.
I helped you clean out your closet at some point, and I don't remember the shirt.
Okay.
It's very different. It's very different from what you usually wear. That's why I'm really thrown off by it.
I'm sorry?
Def new shirt. See? Even Ray knows.
So distracted.
I'm really distracted today. Just in general. I didn't say it looked bad.
Platt.
It's just different than what he usually wears.
First my hair, now that. Jeez.
Gosh.
But if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It's about 3 minutes long. I have 2 more that are kind of in the editing process, so they should be coming out probably in the next couple of weeks.
1 is final edits. 1 needs to be edited completely.
Yes. So
Thanks.
definitely check those out. Anyone that has interacted with it, I know SoCal, you've been very active on there, and we greatly appreciate that.
Thank you.
We do notice it. So definitely check it out.
Yeah,
Any interaction you guys do, thumbs up, thumbs down, sharing it, commenting, all that kind of stuff helps the algorithm. So
Algorithms.
yes,
It's a fun word.
but we've definitely seen some boost up in our
Views and interactions.
yes.
I've also figured out how to look where things are coming from, which is pretty cool. YouTube can tell you a lot of things.
Tell you male, female, age range, all kinds of
I
stuff.
feel like they can only tell you male, female if you actually have your account set up for them to know that.
Yes, absolutely. Same with age range. Like if you put
because I have a YouTube or Google account, it just kind of automatically does it for me anymore. So, but I do have to check on whether or not what I'm watching, because what I watch on the BGH account for YouTube is very different than what I watch on my personal account for YouTube, and you always know if I've accidentally mixed it up, because inevitably something musical theater will pop up on the BGH account, and that's because I have messed up which account I'm on. Oops.
So yeah, if you're not following us there, definitely hit the subscribe button on the YouTube. It is youtube.com/boardgamehouse.
Yes, cat skills. Oh. Oh, just gonna squeeze past you right here. A little scoop by. Like this. No, but okay, so cat skills, you in one of our chats, it was brought up that oat is one of the most Midwestern things that you can say. And I have a hard time. Hang on. Distraction. Because my life is a distraction. I have a hard time because I was born and raised here in West Virginia. Here's the thing about West Virginia. We are not North, we are not South, and we are not Midwest. We're kind of our own little, I don't know how to describe it, because there for a long time, and this is how you know that there is a difference between where we are located. For a long time, you could only get sweet tea in the southern half of the state. Once you went north up toward Wheeling, you couldn't get sweet tea anymore. Swear. I don't know if it's still the same, but when I was younger, that was a thing. There was a line in the state of West Virginia where you could no longer get sweet tea. They would give you iced tea with sugar, which is not the same. Absolutely not the same. If anybody tries to tell you it's the same, they're wrong. Must be brewed together. Crunchy tea, yes. But it's so weird because we're not we don't have a place.
I mean, Appalachia.
Yeah, we're just kind of, we are just Appalachia. Also, remember kids, if you say Appalachian, I'm gonna throw an Appalachia. Appalachian, not Appalachian. Drives me absolutely bonkers. Drives me up the wall. And it's always the people who think they're so much more educated than me that say it.
But you also call that city Hurricane.
That is what the people call it, so that is what it is called.
You also have a town called Big Ugly.
We do have a town called Big Ugly. I don't know if... I really wish there was a small ugly, but there is not. It's just Big Ugly.
Only in West Virginia can you say you're dating a big ugly girl, and you just mean that that's where she's from. All right.
But we do have tornado as well, so...
Yeah, it's not tornado.
We have a lot of, WV does have good pepperoni rolls. Yes.
Valid.
Oh, Wampus, honey, I have gotten that. You say, I'm from, you go out of state and they're like, where are you from? Oh, we're from West Virginia. Oh, I have family in Richmond. Are you near there? No. No, I'm not. No. Drives me crazy. I am in a rare mood tonight, and I don't know why. So
this is gonna bode well for this campaign. Heaven forbid something goes wrong again.
Rare mood. I've got my decaf coffee so I can feel like a real detective. It has cats on it. This side says raise hell. This side says something I'm not going to say on the internet.
At first I thought you said Ray, as in Ray that's in the chat.
No, it just says raise hell. It also has a bow tie on. Here, you can look at it with my...
That's not focused.
No, it's not focused at all, but it's got a little bow tie.
You and me both, Wampus. You and me both. Okay, so if you guys don't know, we're playing Detective. We've already played through 3 of them. This is number 4. All of them are interconnected, so there will be things from previous cases that we're going to talk about. Also, in general, this is a legacy game, so there are spoilers. So if you're either playing through this yourself, or if you don't want to join us in this adventure, this is your warning. There are spoilers.
I feel like I interrupted your announcements.
You probably did. Speaking of announcements, you want to do the one that you can't see right now?
I can't see it right now, but I'll wait.
There you go.
We are at 726 followers, which means we are 26, 74 away from a goal of 800 followers. Math.
Oh boy.
Steven's like, I regret my decision to agree to only to do Wednesday streams with just Megan.
So the last couple of times there's been videos to kind of get us up to date. Fair warning, there might be language as well.
Yeah, that was fun. That also was a really fun clip that I laugh at every time I watch it.
Yeah.
Also, be on the lookout for the first in my series of YouTube content tomorrow that I finished completely editing today.
Nice.
Fixed the sound on it and added a few things, and now I just need to do the thumbnail, which I can do pretty quickly. So,
and if you missed, you actually announced what it was.
I did announce what it was. It is Diary of a First Time DM. So I recorded my second. My Magni, thank you for the 20 salty biddies. I recorded my second video yesterday because Steven made me announce what it was, which made it real. Which I talked about in my video yesterday of saying that I announced it and now it's a real thing, so. Woo!
Spoilers, I've actually already watched the raw footage from the first two, and it's very good. If you enjoy what you're getting right now, Megan kind of just going off on tangents and talking and being real, and kind of talking about a lot of the fears and things that she's going through with DMing for the first time, you're going to like these videos. It's why I've kind of been pushing her to do them, because I knew it was weird that I could actually see in my head what the videos would end up being, and what you're putting together is exactly what I saw in my head.
There is at some point in one video, I don't know which one. I didn't do it that many times in this one, but there's going to be a counter in it, because I do it a lot whenever I'm like in the moment, because so I talk about it in the video, but it's not like that. They're not scripted, which was probably a mistake.
Nope.
So really, it's just a lot of tangents.
I mean, Catskills, you're not wrong. There definitely could be those.
Basically. There was a lot of, in yesterday's video, there was a lot of this, of me, like, trying to think while trying to, like, make, like, actual sense.
Hey Fuzzy, hey TQ, how's everybody doing?
Oh, TQ, that's much better than what I was gonna say, so. Alright, should we do this? Now that we've gone on like 8 now that I've gone on like 8 tangents.
I'm just here for the ride. It's fine.
We're good! Like I said before, I'm in rare form tonight for some reason, and I'm not sure why, but it's a thing. Maybe it's because I'm delirious, because I didn't, like...
The problem is Megan can't do her tangents on
I can't do
on demand.
Yeah, on demand. They're random tangents.
Yes.
It's me thinking, having like this giant roadmap in my head and not saying what the roadmap is, and then saying whatever is at the end of said roadmap, which 9 times out of 10 makes no sense.
But it's not a roadmap.
But it is a roadmap.
No, what it is you're like, okay, I'm here, I want to get here, but there's no map between it.
No, there is. I can usually tell you whenever you look at me and I'm like, oh, I in my head I went here to here to here to
at the end.
Yeah, no, it's always at the end.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, you go here to get there.
Okay, but this is something that my parents used to get really frustrated with me about. I would say something, and it would usually be at the end of the thought that was in my head, and they just got to a point where they started looking at me and saying, more information, because they had no idea what I was talking about, because I had the first part of the conversation in my head with nobody else. And I would just say the last half. Bad.
Okay. Are we ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready to yell at the screen some more.
do we want to kind of go over what we done in the last case?
The last case was a shit show.
So, in the last case, I'm going to switch this over.
Yes, poor Rachel.
So, in the last case...
Or Rose. It was Rose.
No, it was Rachel.
Rose Rudin.
Oh, Rose.
I thought it was Rachel, too.
Hey, bored and drunk.
Thank you! Yours is nice, too.
Thanks, AJ.
Oh, Raquel.
AJ, are you guys still planning on coming to Gen Con this year? Or is that still in the works, possibly? Because if so, I'm going to reach out to you about something.
Yee.
Thoughts and things that I have.
Thoughts and things.
Okay.
I
have thoughts and things that I'm
have
going to reach out to you guys about.
Some of them have already fallen through. But it's fine.
All right.
Okay. So, we found out that the perpetrator, the perp, was Walter Frey. We found out that the woman who was kidnapped and, as far as we know, exploded was Rose Rudin. Poor Rose. She was young too. She's like 17.
No,
17 or 18,
she was 22.
No, she was the young one.
No, she wasn't. She was 22.
She was 17. Sarah Wright was 22.
Oh.
I have notes. Receipts.
I mean, 17's basically 18.
Oh, bye Fuzzy.
Bye, Fuzzy.
22 is still young, but she was like not even technically an adult yet.
And we're doing well, bored and drunk. AJ.
We were wrong about where she was being held because we didn't sit and think about it before we answered.
Yeah.
That was our bad. Especially because after we answered, everybody in the chat was like, "No, it was this." Oops. So yeah. And then something like Malcolm Petrie had warned. I don't know who Malcolm Petrie is. Which really bothers me. But
write down that name just in case it comes back up.
Malcolm Petrie.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Here, you wrote it down?
Alright, it's already written down.
Okay.
Alright, so let's go to the next case.
The next case is case 4.
Prince of Milan.
Okay, I'm going to actually just go to the YouTube and make it big.
To the YouTube.
Previously on Detective. Young woman is kidnapped by maniac. Investigators managed to identify suspect in less than 12 hours. Suspect shot dead during arrest attempt. The case is closed. Case 4. Prince of Milan.
Okay. So. Big question. For those of you who watch Doctor Who, that music sounded like the Doctor Who theme, like the whenever Matt Smith was the Doctor. Whenever things got really intense.
The For You shirts are, if you do exclamation point merch, well, there you go. Thank you, DK.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Anybody? No? Just me? Okay.
Just you.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Alright, so, do you want to read the introduction to case 4?
Oh yeah, that's a thing that I do. Okay. Here's this. Here are our other cases.
I still think that the business cards that we have are going to come into play in this case for some reason.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we should probably order more of ours and
Yes.
more ribbons before Gen Con.
Yes. Well, we still have a whole box of cards. We have a full box of cards. Ribbons we need more of.
Prince Prince of Milan. All right. Let's see
Does anybody else not hear the music?
I don't hear the music either, even though it says that it's playing. So. Oh, it lied to us. It literally lied to us. Okay. Okay. Introduction. You are more than halfway through the campaign. Lots of plots remain unsolved. In the past scenarios, many questions were left unanswered. True. Case 4, Ray, I blame you for that. Case 4 is the part of the campaign where you can find answers to many of those questions and understand what happened after the war with the 7th Army soldiers and what they were involved in. In this mission, you will be able to examine many plots, as information-wise, it is the most thickly woven case in the game. Will you follow one clue and explore it until the end to gain absolute certainty about one of the unsolved issues? Or maybe you will turn over several stones and have a cursory look at many parallel plots and try to draw conclusions without getting deep down into evidence. This scenario is tempting as it promises answers to many puzzles. You need to carefully consider your strategy. Oh no. At the beginning of the game, note down on a piece of paper in the form of a mind map the key plots from the previous cases. Goldwash, Horatio Dawson, Gregory Coxon. Remember the key puzzles and the most important figures in the campaign. Today is the day to fill in as many blanks as possible. When the mission is over, you will have to face the hardest test yet. The answers to most questions will have to come from your speculations and analysis rather than specific answers found in the cards. After reading each card in the game and acquiring each piece of information, try to understand its place in a wider picture of the whole campaign. Good luck. Alright, well, let's just start there first. Let's make this mind map.
You don't even know what a mind map is.
I don't like mind maps. But we know that we need to have the gold watch. Horatio Dawson. And Gregory Coxon.
I think those are just examples of things. I mean, we also have to figure out this freaking Malcolm Petrie.
Well, that may not be a thing. That may not be a thing.
Gregory Coxon, who was killed.
Yeah, Gregory Coxon is the one he was the murderer.
Yeah.
Gregory Coxon killed Horatio Dawson because Horatio Dawson, right?
Knew something about his father.
Yes. Which I still think he is the one who killed the other. Okay, so log into the Antares database and watch the video instruction to case 4, which we just did. Then read all plot cards collected for this case, starting with the lowest number, work your way to the highest, then read the following introduction to the scenario. We do have plot cards for this.
We have a plot card for this.
Yes, we have a plot card. Alright, so this is number 123. Delaware's intervention on the Axis denial caused a real...
Oh, you read plot cards first? Okay.
Yeah. Then read the following. Delaware's intervention on the Axis denial caused a real shitstorm. Emailing and phoning back and forth took a couple of days. Finally, he gathered you all for a small meeting, took out his green notebook, and cited the explanation he got from Washington, D.C. by phone. The fingerprints identified by your department as SD-C3U224-6346UB can indeed be found in the data of the Department of Defense. They belong to a physician named Jan Rudnicki, who died in 1966. There was a mistake made in the 80s while transferring the file to the archive when they were marked as confidential. We apologize for the mistake resulting from a technical error in the past. We add a thing to the pool. I don't necessarily believe it, but...
I do not either. Which characters are we taking this time, by the way? I think she's important.
Yeah, I agree.
I think we take these two. Or we take him and him.
What's this one? What's the
Write
write
a report is at the end of the day, say it's 3 o'clock and we don't want to do another action. We can write a report, and for every hour that we do that, we get a token.
That would have probably been good.
We've used it.
Have we?
We used it in the first. We used it in the
I
first.
don't even remember using it in the first
we've used
one.
it.
All right. Well, I think that having Julia Jacobson is pretty important.
Okay.
Having that ability to turn a token into a joker
Sure.
is really, really nice.
I think taking him, being able to actually gain stuff in the pool is important.
Well, he adds a joker to the pool.
Yeah. See, that's we're spending 2 to get a joker token. That's just
So
we.
want to change one. Okay, yeah. So I'll do.
So
yeah,
if we
I'll
do
take
these
Jack.
2, and plus she doesn't get anything bonus anyways.
Yeah, I'll
So-
take Jack. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Open the door because she's not going to stop.
Okay.
I will get I will get our proper tokens out. 1.
I love bug.
1, 2.
Hello, Sunny.
Hello, hello.
This is the first one. I believe that there are expansions now for
Is there?
Detective.
I've not seen them.
I think that there are. I can look.
Because if there are, we need to get them. Like if there's a whole nother box of like cases, which I'm sure that's what it would be. Hi, baby. Hi. You want to say hi to the internet? Here. Say hi to the internet. Don't show your butt. Show your face. You're pretty. You're a pretty kitty. Yeah. Show your face. Yeah. Hi, kitty.
One moment.
And as Nightbutt just reminded you guys, you do have the 4 U rewards. It's at the bottom underneath of your chat where you can get us to make balloon animals, get us to sing a song, get us to a dance party. All kinds of fun stuff.
They have Detective LA Crimes,
Ooh.
which I think just came out. Like, I want to say that this was a Gen Con release this year. Or last year.
So actually I can go, I'm going to do this real quick while we do this. So SD, they're saying that this fingerprint.
That one.
Nope. Oh yeah, CU2.
C3U2246346
Yeah.
UB.
This one. So this.
She really does. I keep telling Steven that next to him, I'm her favorite person. Alright. I'm going to read the rest of this. Why is your face wet?
Probably because she was drinking water or eating food.
Alright. Ann Bishop, Delaware's secretary, asked you to come into his office first thing in the morning. When you enter the office, Delaware is packing. Ooh. I've been summoned to Washington to provide explanations. I have a flight in 2 hours, and I'm leaving for the airport any minute now. Our supervisors expect a detailed report on the blockade of our headquarters, the use of anti-terrorists to arrest Walter Frey, the bomb in the city center. Generally, they're sitting on me so hard that their ass... Never mind, it's my problem now. Hey. Delaware finishes his mug of coffee and looks around the room to check that he hasn't forgotten anything. The green notebook. Of course, that's the most important thing. He puts it in his jacket pocket. I'm coming back the day after tomorrow. Until then, you have a free hand. This case with the watch definitely hides more puzzles than we had previously thought. By the way, yesterday I got the report from Washington. Those unidentified prints on the watch belonged to Jan Rudnicki, a doctor from Poland. Why was that in the plot card if it's already in here? Soldier, a doctor from Poland. I'm worried about the rest of the plots. Soldiers that were together at the Brenner Pass died in mysterious circumstances. Nick Torn did not come back. Dawson is murdered by the son of his friend from the military. Samuel Brown died in an accident, and now this whole thing with Bradley's great-granddaughter. Oh.
Okay, well, that's information we didn't have.
That is information we didn't have. All of this goes far beyond the limits of accident and coincidence. I'm going. You have 3 days to look at... You have 3 days to look at all this once again and find out what links all those events. As Delaware buttons his jacket, the phone on his desk rings. He moves to the desk and picks up the phone. He listens for a while. Understood. Copy that, he says, and hangs up with a deep sigh. He looks at you. Remember the package with the severed finger, the one allegedly sent from Milano Labs by Walter Frey. The police graphologist compared it to compared the writing on the package with the writing samples found in Frey's house. They don't match. We didn't find his fingerprints on the package either. It's possible that he wasn't the man. I'm in for a super interesting conversation in the Capitol. I don't like having to say that on the internet.
What? Which one? I'll say it. I'm in for a super interesting conversation at the Capitol. Fuck, exclaims Delaware.
And leaves the office in a hurry. After a while, he turns back the corridor and reappears in the doorway. One more thing, he says, and tosses a crumpled piece of paper perfectly on the secretary's desk. Here's the phone number for General Henry Brown. He called this morning. He asked for an off-the-record meeting with the team. I promised him that I would give you this information. He did not say what this was all about. Contact him. I have to go. Keep me posted through Bishop or Jenkins. I expect a full report when I get back. So the time marker moves to 9 a.m. We add 4 authority tokens to the token pool.
Okay, so we have 5 total. Jesus Christ.
Do you want to just switch to the down camera so they can see what I'm dealing with right now? Oh, they can't.
See.
She's laying on the case book. You can see her little paw right here.
I mean, I can do this.
I need to read that. Alright. Bye, TQ! Use the extra time to find the connections between the past and present events. Find out what Milano Labs is. What is the connection between Milano Labs and the 7th Army soldiers? You have time until the end of the 3rd day, and our stress limit is 8.
Oh, so we can actually deal some overtime and stuff if we need.
Yeah.
So what we could do is we could actually stress ourselves out a little bit to get an extra thing to get an extra token.
Yeah.
Like how we have...
For the record, she's now playing with the ribbon on my notebook. Case ball, case law. Okay, so we have further leads. We have the personal files of Walter Frey. We have the personal files of Jan Rudnicki. We have the meeting with General Henry Brown. We have finding additional information on Milano Labs and finding additional information on Russell Bradley.
Okay.
Obviously, we need to look at Walter Frey and Jan Rudnicki because that doesn't cost us any time.
Yep. And then I say we do these two because we're already here, and we see where we end up with the day.
Yes.
Okay. I'm already less stressed out than I was last time.
Look at me. I swear she looks a little swollen on this side.
I think she's fine.
Just a little.
All right. So first one that we're going to look up is Walter Frey, right?
Oh. Walter Frey. F-R-E-Y.
F-R-E-Y.
And he is our the one who died.
Oh, we have both his fingerprints and his fingerprints and his DNA.
Don't trust the phrase. Okay, so
I feel like there's something history related here that G knows that we don't.
Adam Frey. No. It's not history. That's what I thought.
Ah.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Okay. So he was. Oh. Yike.
We also have a contact. Was employed as a paramedic at a hospital in Lynchburg.
Yike. So much yike.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And that doesn't match anything.
No.
And I'm gonna add his DNA.
Hey. What are you doing? Please don't smack my face with your claws because you don't know how to just bat. You just go full danger paw.
So I'm adding his DNA. Nothing. So. We do have.
Can you not?
I'm also going to click on his ex-wife.
Yeah, I think so too.
We also can look up his mental illness if we want.
Yeah, his medical hit.
What are you doing, Lynx?
She's attacking me.
You're making it very hard to play this game.
She's biting me. Why are you biting me? Why do you love me so much and then decide you're going to attack me?
Oh, I need to change this back over. Keep doing that.
Ow! Yeah, you just hit me.
She's an organ donor.
Hit me.
Alright, come here. You're gonna stop. I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna love you.
Alright. So we only know that she is an organ donor.
Yes, and she's born in Baltimore. She's 5'5".
Cool.
You good? Are you good now? Huh? Yeah, you good? Can I put you down?
Can I see this?
Sure. That's case 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alright. Cool.
Uh,
Okay, the next one is Jan Rudnicki. So I'm gonna go. Wait, hang on. Go back to Walter Frey for a second.
yeah. We did have, like I said, we could look up his mental illness we want, but I feel like he is
Where's
a
my tasks?
patsy.
Here's my tasks.
I feel like he's a patsy. 402.
Okay, so this is illness history. That is number 402. It's field work. Okay.
All right. So next, we're gonna look up this doctor
Jan Rudnicki.
whose fingers were on the watch for some reason, which makes it weird.
Rudnicki.
Oh. I
Okay.
assumed that Jan was a woman.
I did too. Which, I mean, who on me for doing so? Born in Poland, cause of death.
Due to an accident.
The accident. Okay, identifying marks. Arrested on March 22nd by Maryland PD for causing a car accident and died 3 days later due to complications from internal injuries.
That might be worth looking up.
Yike. So there's a police file.
Why was his fingerprint on? I mean, if he's from Poland, why was his fingerprint on?
On the accident. Police file. On accident.
She's looking at the door.
Alright.
So what I would like to know, DK, who did he assault?
Okay, but hang on.
He died in 66. Fredericksburg, Maryland.
He died in 66. And 67 was when all of this went down.
Maybe it had something to do with
Why
Horatio
was his-
before.
Why were his fingerprints still...
On the watch?
I thought it was in the box. Is it the box?
No.
Did we have
I can,
it?
Hold on, I'm just gonna add this because it's all we have on him.
Okay.
Okay, right there. Boom.
Yeah, but we didn't put any information on it from what it was.
It was from the watch. It says right here.
Oh, on the watch. Okay, I thought it was on the in the box.
Yeah.
Okay. So go back to Jan Rudnicki. Alright, so that's the last thing. Okay, so now...
Did you write that down? Yes.
oh, I didn't write down the... This is number 409. That's at the PD. Okay. So, now, we have... ...403, 404. We have finding additional information on Milano Labs and additional information on Russell Bradley.
Who was Russell Bradley?
That's a good question. Who was Russell Bradley?
Oh, he was one of the people that died. Him and his brother. One of them was a soldier. Hold on.
Was he one of the ones that was the he was
I think at some point we're gonna find someone that changed their name.
it's the double murder, right? Bradley and his brother?
Yeah. But I'm trying to find. Where's the picture that had the? I want the one that had the picture of all the soldiers together that had the name on it.
I think you literally went right past it.
No, I didn't. It's like one of these.
Oh, there it is. This one doesn't have all of their names. It doesn't have who that is.
We figured out who that was in a previous thing.
Okay. But
That
who's Bradley?
that was Bradley. That's who that is.
Okay.
Because his picture was the same.
There we go.
Russell Bradley. Yeah, that's him.
Yes. He was murdered during a walk home from a party at a private club. It is weird that all of the soldiers from this thing are now dead.
Brenner Pass soldiers all dead.
Yeah.
That's what that's saying.
Like, everybody's dead. Alright, so...
He was not the sniper incident. The sniper incident was Nick Torn. Nick Torn was
Nick
the
Torn
one.
was-
The one that died during the sniper
Yeah.
incident.
the only one who isn't dead is Coxon.
Costin Sr.?
Yeah. He's in, it's Jeremiah Coxon.
Oh, you're right. He's still alive.
Yeah, he's the only one that's not dead.
But he's the one that witnessed the murder
Yeah.
of Russell and Ernest.
Yes. He was a witness. He was also...
He's the one we think actually killed Nick
He's the
Torn.
one that we think killed Nick Torn, yes. He's the one that we think killed Nick Torn. No, we arrested Gregory, his son.
We arrested Gregory, his son, who was the one that killed Horatio.
Yes.
Okay. So.
Okay. So, do we want more information on Russell, or do we want to get information on Milano Labs?
Let's get information on Russell first. I want to kind of get a clear picture of all these soldiers.
Okay, so
because they're all related, obviously.
Here you go. This is your job.
So, which one is this one? This is
404.
404. Only takes us 1 hour.
That's good.
I feel like we're gonna already have all this information, but
So, once again, you're going through military databases. Before you start checking, you enter several basic queries on Russell Bradley into the Antares system. During the war, he was a paramedic. He served in the 7th Army in the same troop as Brown and the rest of the soldiers you know about.
pause for just a second. He was a paramedic. Other people that were paramedics. Walter Fry is a paramedic.
Walter Frey.
Frey was a paramedic, and Jan Rudnick
Also a
was a doctor / paramedic, I think.
was a doctor.
Yeah.
Rudnicki.
Rudnicki, sorry.
Okay. Soon after the war, he married Kate Brighton and they had a son, Ernest. In 1949, he started the Medical Support Foundation, which is still operating today and specializes in organ transplant support. After the war, Bradley was very active in medical milius, and frequently visited Europe. Now the president of the board is Miranda Bradley, most likely his granddaughter. In the search results returned by Antares, you note a surprising press release dated July 19th, 1992. Russell Bradley and his son, not his brother, were murdered while on holiday in Florida. So we have Russell Bradley, which we already have, but we also have Ernest Bradley now,
Which we do not have.
we do not have. Yes.
How do you spell it?
Ernest Bradley. All right. So also murdered during a walk home from the party. We have his wife Genevieve and his father Russell. We don't have anything on Genevieve. And then former CEO of Medical Support Foundation, which...
Retran did medical transport, I believe, along with other things.
Yeah. Okay, we also have Miranda Bradley. Miranda.
Look who the daughter is.
Ah, okay. So now we're getting...
If you guys can't see this, but her daughter's name...
Well, yeah, they can.
Well, but they might not be able to read it.
Her daughter is Rose Rudin, who we know was our victim last game.
Shall I click on that?
Yeah, because there's nothing else.
Hello, Meta.
Da-da-da. Hello, Meta. Okay. Yeah, you can click on it. Do we not already have Rose Rudin?
Nope.
Okay, to be fair, it doesn't say date of death, but
I'm gonna go back here to see if there's any more. Make sure there's no.
I didn't think
There's
there,
no
no,
more.
there's no more. All right, so we can obtain the murder case file by using one of these files.
I think obviously.
I think it's important. And now we also can get more information about the Medical Support Foundation. But do we want to do this first, right?
That first, yes.
Okay, so go ahead and use that. Florida. The investigation has not reached that far. You call the police station hoping for a stroke of luck. In every godforsaken precinct, there's always someone who remembers something, knows something, or finds something. You need such a person who will patiently check the archives and find a forgotten file from many years back. Today, you were lucky. You found just the right person, some guy named Steve who sounds like he's bored to death. He looks for the files and emails you the scans. So, now we get to read the file. 404. Alright.
We can
Yay! We get coordinates. On July 20th, 1992, at 3:20 a.m., it was reported that the bodies of 2 men were found on the beach on the Florida seaside. The report was made by a group of youths who happened to be partying in the nearby vicinity. The men were identified as Russell and Ernest Bradley. They were walking along the beach, returning from a private party which was taking place at a private club located approximately half a mile from their summer residence. Both men were wearing suits. They had taken off their shoes and socks and were walking barefoot. The shoes and socks were found near their bodies. Cause of death. Russell Bradley suffered extensive internal damage as the result of deep stab wound in the back at the height of the heart. Cause of death was loss of blood, most likely within minutes of the stabbing. Ernest Bradley had multiple arm wounds made with sharp tool and 2 medium-depth stab wounds set approximately 1 inch apart near the abdomen, which caused liver damage. He was presumed to have died instantly due to catastrophic liver failure. Both victims had the index of their right hands cut off.
Okay.
All right. Can you not? Murder weapon. Double-edged blade at least 6 inches long, 1 inch wide, with a 1.5 inch handle cover, which left some marks by the deep wounds. Didn't we find a knife?
Huh?
Didn't we find a knife or something?
I don't think so.
Footprints on the sand show that the assailant acted alone. He most likely attacked them from behind using the element of surprise. First, he stabbed Russell Bradley in the back with a single, deep, and precise stroke, then threw himself on Ernest Bradley. Ernest, having been attacked second, was able to defend himself slightly. Based on the depth of traces left in the sand, the weight of the assailant was estimated at approximately 143 to 165 pounds. The assailant had a shoe size between 11 and 13. The victims' wallets and documents were stolen. The assailant left the cufflinks, signet ring, and watches of both victims. The assailant left no fingerprints or traces other than the shoe prints. The assault did not seem accidental, therefore, in the course of investigation, 3 main theories were developed, as discussed below. Suspect. See theories. Witnesses. There were no direct witnesses of the crime. The youth who reported the event belonged to a larger group, and their alibi has been confirmed by numerous sources and nearby surveillance cameras. The camera did not overlook the beach. Evidence. Medical particles found in the wounds on the victim's body. Traces on the victim's body included rust particles, which suggest the blade used in the attack was either old or had been improperly stored. Okay, so we have a match for something, but I don't want to leave this page yet because I feel like it's hard to get back to it. Sergeant Andrew DeLuca was the investigator. So theory 1, robbery by unknown assailant. It's possible that the assailant had been watching the party of affluent attendees and was waiting for a sufficiently small group of people to attack. This theory was quickly discarded because several valuable items were left on the victims, although the assailant could have missed them due to the lack of lighting in the area, and due to the fact that the victim's fingers had been cut off, which does not fit with an accidental robbery. Theory 2. In the period when the crimes were committed, Florida witnessed an increase in assaults and murders of tourists by the Latin Syndicate gang. It was theorized that the men were somehow involved in the wars between gangs or became accidental victims of aggression. It cannot be excluded that the loss of fingers was a result of vendetta. However, this theory was discarded due to the fact that the gangs usually worked in groups and apart from the motive of the robbery, no other motives could be found for the potential suspects. Theory 3. One of the hypotheses presented by the investigators stated that the Bradley's company, Medical Support Foundation, had problems with financial liquidity, thank you, and needed a cash injection. It is possible they had received a loan from illegal sources, such as the mob, but could not pay it back on time. The police requested financial statements from MSF, who only consented to provide statements for the previous 2 years. The statements showed no financial problems, but there was an income item that had not been documented properly and became the subject of another investigation by the tax office. The murder and severed fingers definitely fit the mob's modus operandi, but this theory lacked firm evidential support. No informants could confirm that any of the crime organizations had reasons for conflict with the Bradleys. On the contrary, some high-ranked members of various organizations known to the police were seen with the Bradleys on occasion at certain public or private events, and nothing indicated that their relations were deteriorating. Blech. Final conclusions. In the end, it was not possible to confirm any theory. Due to the lack of witnesses and evidence, the investigation was suspended and no suspects were uncovered.
Hold on. This is talking about no witnesses. But one of his people.
Yeah, it definitely said there were no witnesses, but somebody was definitely called in for being a witness.
Yeah. So he was there, and I'm guessing if we look at the height and the shoe size, it may match.
Ooh.
I want to look at two people for this. I want to look at Dawson.
Well, let me put what the shoe size and the weight.
Okay. So shoe size is between 11 and 13. And the weight is 143 to 165. That's a tall, gangly person.
That's what I was just thinking.
Because does she have shoe size
So
that
big and
to
be
weigh
that thin?
nothing?
Yeah, that's a small
frame.
Small frame. Okay, so we can look at where. Let's
go ahead and click this.
Let's go ahead and click that. Okay.
So does it match anything?
Yeah, it doesn't match anything. Like not even a little bit.
So I want to go here real quick.
Yeah. Don't forget, you also copy and pasted the
Oh yeah. I don't know how much information this is going to give us, but.
Can you stop?
Can you not lick your butt
Jesus.
in the middle of the screen?
It was violent. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Nope.
Okay, but seriously, where is it?
It's right. I mean, that where that dot is. That's where this happened.
So they were at the tennis club. Is that what they were saying?
They're in Palm Beach.
I've been to Palm Beach one time, and that was only to fly into the airport.
Can we do a? I want to see satellite.
Satellite. They were walking back to their summer home.
So somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
And if they had enough money for a summer home on this close in
Palm Beach.
Palm Beach, I don't think they had money problems.
I mean, they could have had money problems, but
yeah, but I feel like they would have sold.
Okay, so let's look at some people that we have.
Okay.
Specifically.
I'm gonna leave this up. I wanted to see if there's anything.
Yeah, near it or anything.
Nearby that would.
Because why would it give us the? I don't know. All right, so we probably want to look at Coxon.
Yeah.
Hello, Noah.
Hello, Noah. So I want to look at Coxon. I want to look at. I actually want to look back at Dawson because the watch did not come into play until a year later. That's the one to watch when we first kind of pick up the trail of the watch.
Yeah, we can look at Dawson.
So,
there are other people though too that we should look at.
I'm gonna click on Dawson first just to see. He's 6 foot.
We don't have anything else.
Shoe size 11.5, weight 181 pounds.
181. He's actually considered he would have been too heavy.
Okay, he has the right shoe size, but
Right shoe size, but not.
I would look up every.
Samuel Brown, too.
We don't have any of that information.
Have anything on him?
Okay, and who was the person that was a witness?
I don't remember who was a witness.
Was it not Russell?
Russell was the person who died.
It was Coxon.
Was
I
it
think.
Coxon? Jeremiah, not Gregory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Witnessed to a murder investigation.
Yeah, he was witness to a murder investigation.
He was not talked about.
Yeah, I know. Also does not give us any
But 6
indication.
foot
6'3".
3.
He would be real gangly if he was 6'3" and 143 to 165 pounds. Just saying.
Just for shits and gigs. 6'1". Does not have his shoe size.
Maybe.
Huh. Who else? I'm just clicking on people because I want to see.
Remember who they are.
Yeah, to me, a single assailant using this kind of a weapon, I'm guessing we're gonna find that weapon at some point, information about that weapon, and I'm guessing it's gonna be military.
Oh yeah.
I think it has something to do with the people that were involved in the case.
Can I see case 1, please?
Who's Henry Giles?
He's the one that people thought.
Shoe size 11.
Yeah, but why would he be in Florida?
I don't. Maybe he was sent down there. Maybe he's a hired gun. And because his height is much smaller.
No, yeah, no, totally. It makes sense, but we kind of put him as he was a scapegoat. All right, well, we can learn more about the Medical Support Foundation.
He did. Did he die before the murders? When
Who?
No, he died in 67. The murders took place in 66, right? The police file that we have?
The murder of... I don't know, you went away from the police file. So files, and it's 404. I do know that. This was 92.
Oh, yeah.
Giles
so he
was dead long before this happened.
So 92, I'm guessing it's somebody younger. So Giles is out because he was dead. Horatio was dead. So it's not Horatio, it's not... it's not Giles.
Well, let's get some more information about the Medical Support Foundation.
Okay.
What do you think? What do you say?
Sure. What is it?
410?
410.
Oop. That takes us a little away from Milano Labs, but which I do think we need to also look at. Alright, so this is an hour. Oh hey, look, Get Force. Medical Support Foundation was founded in 1949. The company was established by Russell Bradley. The company offered support for the transplantology development. In the years 1966 to 1984, the company supported the congressional campaign of Gregory Coxon, who ran as a Democrat. In the years 1966 to 1979, the company supported a research team headed by Dr. Ferguson and operating at St. Martha's Hospital in Richmond. In 1985, MSF acquired the Get Force company following the death of its boss and founder, Samuel Brown. Right, so we now know Medical Support Foundation owns Get Force. In July 1992, Russell Bradley and Ernest Bradley, his son and president of the board, were murdered while on vacation in Florida. Press reports from this period mentioned a severed finger and the shocking death of a wealthy businessman and his son, but without much detail. In 1993, right after college, Miranda Bradley, daughter of Ernest Bradley, was elected as chairman of the board of MSF. She is still acting in this capacity. Okay, so I have a quick thing that I want to look at. before we go any further, can we go to...
I'm just real quick. I'm just looking at this. This guy, 176 pounds.
Okay.
So
I don't feel like Walter Frey has anything to do with the murder.
I think he's connected in some way, shape, or form.
He's connected in some way, shape, or form. I feel like you're really grasping at threads right now.
That's what you did. That's what you do.
I know that's
in this
what you do.
campaign.
I know that's what you do. I don't see the connection with him. We're not going to eliminate him, but I just
you don't see the He also
see...
kidnapped this person's daughter.
Yes. Well, granddaughter.
So he has connection to the family.
Yes. I'm just saying. He would have been... Yeah, he would have been... 92 was the murder.
Uh-huh.
So he would have been... God, math. 80 to 90 is 10, 11, 12, 13 when the murders took place. I don't feel like a 13-year-old.
You don't know what I was doing at 13.
Taking down 2 grown men on a beach.
Yeah. All right. I want to look at something real fast. I want to go to the I think it's SDNA, maybe. Or wait, no. Maybe it's in this. There it is.
Another severed finger.
Yeah, it's the right hand index finger.
Same thing.
Which is the same thing. So whoever killed them
is involved in this.
Is at least involved in this. But we know that now we know that Walter Frey may not have been involved in this.
True. He could just have because he has a case of mental illness. He has a hatred of the cops to begin with, so it could be why it ended in a shootout.
Yeah.
But no, he had something to do with that because he had the girl's phone.
He's the one who dropped off the box.
And he also was witness with the phone in the Holocaust Museum.
Right, but all of the other stuff didn't have anything to do with him. That's what it said at the very beginning.
He's working. Yeah, I agree with DK. He's working for someone.
He's working for someone. Honestly, he was probably just a carrier
or a henchman.
Yeah. But yes, the right index finger, which I believe is the same thing that was cut off.
Where was that information?
File, yeah. 404. Both victims had the index fingers of their right hands. Yes, there is a connection there. So.
We got a clue. This finger's missing. This one, just gone. It's gone.
Wow. Rose. Rose Rudin.
Magic.
What are their names? Russell Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
And Ernest Bradley. All missing right index.
And Rose's
finger
grandfather was Ernest Bradley.
Yes.
So I don't know if you want to, just so we can keep that straight in our head.
So, well, Russell was Ernest's dad, so was Rose's great-grandfather. Russell, Ernest, Rose. Okay. So I'm going to keep... Okay, so we can find out more about the relation between
Have we only
MSF and
spent 2
Git
hours?
Force. Yes, we've only spent 2 hours. Only
Okay.
one. We can find out more information about Medical Support Foundation and Git Force. Right now. We have to make that decision first. But we also can get a meeting with Miranda Bradley. We can research... get information from the research team at St. Martha's Hospital, and then information about Russell Bradley, which we already have.
So we already have that one. I mean, the businesses have something to do with this.
I agree.
So
I'm going to go ahead and do this.
yeah, I mean, we picked 2 intentionally to actually use these up this time.
Yeah.
So let's keep doing it.
Yeah,
So
let's get more.
this one goes away.
Yeah. All right, so you write a search algorithm to look for connections between Medical Support Foundation and Git Force. You stare at the screen, which displays nothing of interest for a while. You take a short break, make the rounds of the office to stretch your legs, and gossip with colleagues about the latest episode of the series you watched. When you get back to your computer, there are some interesting results waiting. Git Force collaborated...
Hey, Fish.
Hi, Defish. Git Force collaborated with MSF from the very beginning. It was their main logistical support provider. Officially, it helped them to transport doctors and medical supplies to various third world countries. When Git Force was sold in 1985, Medical Support Foundation started to absorb the assets of Brown's company. After 3 years, Git Force officially ceased to exist, but its operations did not end. They continued under the auspices of MSF, which still invest in its logistics department today.
Okay, so Git Force is still around.
Sorta. We are good. How are you, Defish?
Two of these have the same. Veteran Protection and Fortis had the same phone
Have the
number.
same phone number, yeah. Alright.
So Git Force and that are completely related, and Git Force was really owned by Brown.
Yes.
Okay.
When Brown died, it was absorbed by MSF, Medical Support Foundation.
Okay, so what else do we have now?
Okay, this one is completely done.
We've completely done that one?
That one is done.
Okay.
Alright, so this one, we have some further leads. We can have a meeting with Miranda Bradley. We can, it just says research team at St. Martha's Hospital. This is in the years 1960, the company supported a research team headed by Dr. Ferguson and operating at St. Martha's Hospital in Richmond.
I think we do that because I think that may be where Jan may come back into play.
Okay. And then we also have, we've already done this one. So let's do this.
Okay. 426?
426.
I mean, I figured while we're here, let's do as many things while we're at headquarters as we can.
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with dyeing your hair. You do you. What is it? 426?
426.
Another hour.
Alright, you wonder how to best go about looking for information about Ferguson's research team. Antares goes through the medical press archives looking for references about the team's work and checking how and where the team published their research. Antares also finds the symposia where Ferguson appeared. A lot of data scattered in various places. Antares sorts the material and generates a separate file with the team's work in chronological order. The team was set up in the 1960s in St. Martha's Hospital in Richmond. The team was created by James Ferguson and included Carl Borgman and eventually Leopold Brunch. According to scarce information, Carl Borgman was practicing medicine during the war in Italy and was the oldest of the 3 doctors. Brunch was the youngest. He started practicing in college and soon after graduation moved from Hungary to the United States. There are even fewer publications than information about the doctors themselves. They pop up at most once a year from 1970 to 1974, and at first glance, their goal is to justify the maintenance of the team and the acquisition of sponsors rather than make any actual breakthroughs in science. Most of them have James Ferguson listed as the main author and Leopold Brunch as the co-author. Carl Borgman is not listed even once. In 1974, Bunch had a skiing accident and embarked on a university career. This is when the publication stopped altogether. In 1979, the team was dissolved.
So wait, flip it over again. Who was the one that served in the war? Which doctor?
Borgman.
And
Carl
Borgman was not mentioned at all, right?
Borgman is the one that was not mentioned at all.
That's who we need to look up.
Okay. That's 418.
If we're gonna keep down this path, that's who I would like to look up out of those three.
I mean, I agree. Also, the name Carl Borgman sounds familiar, and I don't know why. Okay, I don't need you to keep telling me that D&D is Sunday.
Okay. So we want to do that?
Yee. 418.
Or do we want to look up Milan Labs real quick and then do that? Or do you want to just go down this path?
Let's go down this path for right now.
Okay. What is it? 418. 418. Takes 1 hour.
Alright, the Antares computer system has full access rights to the database of the American Medical Association. You log into the database with the Antares account, and after a while you download the full personnel file on Carl Borgman. You copy it to the folder related to the case so that Delaware and the rest of the team have access to it right away. The number of files in his case is overwhelming. You open the file and start reading. Carl Borgman was born in Danzig in 1912, where he received his medical education and ran private practice. In 1942, he was enlisted in the army, where he worked as a military doctor. He was sent to serve in south of Italy. He was badly wounded in the arm and leg. Despite an operation, he limped till the end of his life. After the liberation by the American troops, he was sent to an internment camp. After the war in September 1945, he was granted permission to come to the United States, where he worked as a paramedic in a veterans hospital in Maryland until 1956. In 1958, he obtained a license to run a practice in the United States. He specialized in cancer treatment. In 1966, he was employed by James Ferguson to be a part of the research team working in St. Martha's Hospital. All right, so we have a thing. Read name.
Okay.
Carl. Carl. K-A-R-L. Borgman. B-O-R-G-M-A-N. Borgman.
Poisoning during a lab accident.
Yike.
I don't feel like that's actually an accident.
All right, well.
Everything's happening between 76 to 79, or like all these deaths.
Yeah, so, we can spend 4 to exhume the body.
Oof. I mean, if we spend 2 hours doing field reports, that gives us those 4 back.
Why you gotta go straight to the danger, Paul?
Like, why you gotta boot my snoot?
Because snoots are meant to be booped. Boop, see?
I mean, I don't think that the poisoning was an accident. And I don't know if the body can give us that information. That's a lot of...
It's a lot of stuff.
But I think it's worth it because, like I said, we do 2 hours of writing reports, and we're going to get those 4 back.
That's also 2 hours of not having...
But we could do that as overtime, because we have up to 8 that we can use this time.
Yeah, but it gets rid of points at the end. It's negative points at the end for stress. Alright, why don't we hold off on that for a second?
Okay.
No, we had that. And why don't we look at Milano Labs.
Okay. What's the number?
403.
Thank you. I agree with DK. Who cares about points? We want the truth.
You sit at your desk with a cup of coffee. You turn your computer on and log into the system. The screens flash with the dark green shade of the Antares website. Take a sip of coffee and start searching for Milano Labs. The company doesn't have a website. They don't have any profile of any of the most popular social media platforms either. There is no phone number. After a few minutes of searching, it turns out Milano Labs basically doesn't exist. You lean back in your chair trying to understand what it actually means. Do they not want to advertise? Are they not looking for clients? Do they have government contracts? Do they support themselves with some kind of donations? How can they be found? There must be an office, account, record entry, somewhere, anything. You check the register of companies. Ding dong. Anon!
Thank you so much for that
Thank you for
gift.
gifting the sub to DK Aspie.
DK, welcome back.
Welcome back for 7 months.
Also, thanks for sharing those rewards with everyone. So there might be some emotes out there. Did I get one? I did not.
I thought I was watching and I'm not. Okay.
30 seconds.
Alright, so we can check the register of companies. Bingo! Milano Labs, registered office at 1798 East Carey Street, Richmond, Virginia. And this is something we can look up on the internet.
That Carey Street sounds super familiar.
We can also find more details here too.
Okay.
By using
The wild.
Yeah, we're gonna have to use the wild.
Okay. So I'm gonna look up that address first because that address sounds super familiar to me.
Can I have a cookie since you've opened them?
You literally open the box.
I know! Eat a cookie!
Stop. What's the?
Stop. 1798 E. Carey Street, Richmond, VA.
2322.
No, it doesn't actually have that. It just says Richmond, VA. Wait, you didn't. It's 1798. It's the Holocaust Museum.
I told you that thing sounded familiar.
Well, it's near the Holocaust Museum.
It's across the street from the Holocaust Museum.
Ye.
I think. Where's the
Wait, can you
Holocaust?
click on the street view? Just. Feeding seeds. Well, keep going around. You didn't go all the way around to the building. That one. Alright. No, it's just near it. It's near the Holocaust Museum.
Where was the Holocaust Museum?
Holocaust Museum is over here.
Yeah, but it's within walking
It's
distance.
within walking distance. Okay. So we can find more details. Do we want to find more details?
Sorry, I was looking at the noodle place.
The new seriously? Yeah, and super close to the bombing.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to find more details?
Yeah, we have to because obviously it's a shell company. So.
Use this.
Gee, that was for you.
You enter another search query into the Antares system. It gives almost no findings. The company was founded via an online forum only 3 weeks ago. The contact phone number belongs to Rebecca Danwich. The only specific data in the system is that the company address. The office of Milano Labs is situated close to the island where Rose Rudin was held and right next to the Holocaust Museum, from where, as could be established, the mysterious email with the poem was sent. No website, no Facebook page, only the address of the registered office, which beckons for a visit. I don't know. Thread lead you to the solution of this puzzle. Rebecca Danwich.
Okay.
Name. REBECCADANWICH.
Wait. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
We did have her information
We
already.
did have her information already. That is Walter Frey's
Ex-wife.
ex-wife. Dun dun dun. Hello, Anna Rosu.
The plot.
It thickens. Did we move this up an hour?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can look at how many we've had.
Oh, okay.
So we have
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We
We
said
started at
9.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nope.
I didn't
sorry.
think we did. All right. All right. So we can have a phone conversation.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen.
Okay, and we can also visit Milano Labs for field work, but we would have to do that tomorrow. Now, however, we also wanted to exhume the body.
Yes.
I think this is more important.
I say we have a phone.
This is more important.
You want to have a phone conversation with her?
Who do you want to call?
Ghostbusters!
Oh God, is it doing something? Why did you say something?
Because I'm 5 years old.
It was like, no, because I looked down, it was like, I'm on it, and I'm like, what? It's fine. No one's being called.
Lynx, sweetie, I love you, but you've got to stop.
Okay, come here.
See, SoCal's with me.
Come here. She's like, no, I know what's happening.
No, I don't want to be eaten. Don't eat me. Let me love you.
Oh, she yeeted herself.
Self-heat.
Self-yeet. Okay. All right, so are we having the phone conversation now?
I think we have the phone conversation.
4:17. This may put us into overtime.
No. Phone conversation won't last more than an hour. It's a phone conversation.
It's a phone conversation. I have phone conversations all the time.
Mine lasts no time. No time.
Oh, no time. Literally 0 hours, which means we're not finding anything. Rebecca Danwich answers the phone. Oh, no, she answered the phone. After a short exchange of courtesies, you inform her about the reason for the call. She doesn't seem overly happy to be bothered. I wonder why. You ask her what she knows about her ex-husband, Milano Labs, and the latest events in Richmond. Ooh, we have stress levels.
Yes.
I don't know what you want from me. Medium stress level.
Yes, she does.
This is the first time I've heard about the company. I did not establish one for sure. Low stress level. This is absurd. Are you trying to involve me or something? I haven't even had any contact with that scumbag since our divorce, and I don't want to. He's a psycho. MSL. Medium. I saw what he did to the girl on TV. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Leave me alone. But clearly you hear she is surprised and upset. But she seems to be telling the truth. We can get something more.
I think we do.
Yee.
We're going to turn over every freaking card we can this time.
All right, calm down. Please, we're conducting an investigation and we need to check all the leads. Milano Labs is registered in your name and your number has been given as the contact number. Can you tell us something about that? I told you already. Frey is a psycho. God knows what he was trying to hide. He must have used my name. Low stress level. I didn't do anything like this. As soon as I learned that he had been released from the facility, I changed my phone number and address. His doctor warned me. He told me it was best for me not to take any chances. He helped me deal with all of this. MSL. Do you remember the name of the doctor? Well, yeah. Malcolm Petrie. If I remember correctly. Medium stress level. Okay, thank you very much. That's all. I hope that we will not be bothering you again. Malcolm Petrie!
Was his doctor.
Yee!
Do Do we have any information on Malcolm yet?
No!
That's just that random name that keeps
That's
popping
that
up.
random name that keeps popping up.
I want to look up at Malcolm Petrie, but we can't.
Alright, that was this, the phone conversation. Okay, but we can visit the Milano offices too for field work tomorrow. That's done.
What else do we have?
Okay, so we can have a meeting with Miranda Bradley. We've done these two things. We can spend the thing to exhume, and we can look up things on James Ferguson and Leopold Brunch as well while we're here at headquarters.
I don't think we need to look up those two. I really don't feel like... I feel like that's wasting time.
Time wasted. Okay, but there are other things that we can do over here. We can get Walter Frey's mental illness history.
That's
field work. That's going to take a while.
And that's going to get us Petrie, though.
That's going to get us Petrie. Police file. What did it say about Malcolm Petrie? I remember it was something like, it was like Malcolm Petrie warned, but like we didn't find anything out about Malcolm Petrie. It's a new name. And then the police file on the accident, which was...
It's one that you just got today, so...
Yeah. No, it was in
File for
it was in a file. It was somebody who died. No. It was in a person's
Personnel file.
It was the car accident that he died from internal injuries.
And he died in 66. Everything's between 66 and 69.
Yeah, I know. So, what do we want to do?
I mean, we have 2 hours left. We could spend an hour and exhume the body.
It's going to take longer to do that. Because it's going to take an hour to get to the courthouse and then probably 2 to 3 hours for the actual.
I mean, the other thing we could do is...
Do we want to do the reports so we get some more...
If we do 2 reports... Well, actually, we can only do 1 report. Because you only do these once per turn.
Right.
So we could get 3 total if we wanted to.
Yeah, we can get 3 total.
Which would then give us 2 Chris Rock tokens. The guy looks like Chris Rock.
A little bit. But we'd have to spend the 2 to add Joker to the token pool. Which might be good.
Which we need to do that today because...
so we can have it.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. So let's at least write a report to get 2...
So let's write a report, which is going to move us 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to use his ability to
get the Joker.
To turn it into a Joker.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think that... The more that I think about it, I don't feel like it is necessary to exhume the body. You're wanting to pull all the threads, and we don't have time to pull all the threads. We have to make decisions.
But something costing that much stuff?
See? But that's like... It could be a red herring, like, no, this costs a lot, you may want to do it. When really, in fact, we don't need to do it. It's just tempting us with the hype. You still haven't eaten a cookie. Please eat a cookie. It's bothering me that you haven't eaten a cookie yet.
Because you want a cookie.
No, it's not even because I want a cookie. I just want you to eat the cookies that you opened for yourself to eat the cookies.
We have 1 hour to do. Let's figure out what we're going to do.
Still not eating cookies.
SoCal has a point.
I mean, we could use an hour to look at one of the other doctors.
I say we just do 1 more report and get another
token.
Just to have it.
Sure, let's do that.
And I think we start tomorrow doing some field work. Day 2. How many days did we get? Does it say?
3.
Okay.
We have until the end of day 3.
Oh, we got plenty of time, guys.
Plenty of time.
All right, so we are at the top of day 2.
Top of day 2. All right. So, we can... There are a couple field work things that we can do. We can meet with General Henry Brown.
Mm-hmm.
We can meet with Miranda Bradley. We can go to Milano Labs.
I say we spend the day in the field.
And we can get his mental illness history.
So, spend an hour to get in the field.
Yeah. What are we doing first?
I have a feeling the Milan Labs is going to be a dead end. At the Shell Corporation. But it is right near there, so...
Mm-hmm. I say we get his history. Yeah. I agree. We get his history, and then we check out the lab location. And then if we have time, we check out some other places.
Well, Brown wanted to talk to us.
Yes, we do need to go talk to Brown.
So, we need to do that today no matter what. Because he's the one that is dying. So he may have a deathbed semi-confession to... He's the one that was in hospice.
He was dying.
He was the one that was in hospice.
No.
There it was.
No. Coxon is the one that was in... That was really sick.
Questioning... Where's Brown? Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he wasn't...
Henry's wants to see us? Do we have
Yeah.
Henry Brown's file?
No.
We don't have Henry Brown's file.
We have Samuel Brown.
So that would maybe give us Henry Brown's file. Okay.
All right. So,
You want to start with mental illness?
let's start with mental illness. We definitely need to talk to Henry Brown, though,
Yeah.
today.
Okay, so first let's start with
Start with the mental illness one, which is 402.
402. Field work. 2 hours.
2 hours. You go to the psychiatric hospital where Walter Frey was treated after being released from prison. The hospital is neglected and looks like a place where you could easily meet a dangerous figure in a white coat with sleeves tied up in the back. The surrounding park, full of old gnarled trees, did not add any charm to it. In the archives, having presented all the required documents, you gain access to the files related to the treatment of Frey. The cardboard box, bursting at the seams with documents, contains the medical history, information on drugs and the doses administered, and information about progress in treatment. At the bottom of the box, you notice a document with a petition for the patient's release citing considerable improvement in health and a positive opinion after the closure of another treatment stage. The document is signed by the document is signed by the doctor in charge, Dr. Malcolm Petrie. Now, we can have a conversation about Frey with Malcolm at the courthouse.
Save that. I want to do that. Because Petrie also is the one that warned the ex-wife about it being dangerous.
And warned us about something.
So why would he do that and also be the person that's signed to get him released?
I don't know. Okay, so do we want to have that conversation with Henry now?
And then maybe swing by Milano Labs?
Yeah.
Sure.
401. Two hours. Field work takes so long. So dumb. General Brown picks up after 2 rings. His voice is slightly hoarse. He sounds like a long-time smoker. He suggests a meeting in the outskirts at a small French restaurant. When you reach the place, the general is already there at one of the tables, sipping water. He has a solemn look on his face. You can clearly see he's troubled. After the waitress takes her order, the general goes straight to the point of the meeting. The case of my father's death has always bothered me. Now, when your team started to re-examine the events that involved his colleagues from the military, the memories came back twice as strong. This chapter of my life has never been closed. I've never accepted it was just an accident, but I've never been able to find any evidence or significant clues that would prove it otherwise. Brown opens a leather case that had previously been placed next to the chair. He takes out an envelope. Several months before his death, I don't know. Brown is clearly embarrassed. I don't know if it's relevant, but everything started to fall apart like a house of cards in May of that year. He leaves the envelope on the table and leaves the restaurant. You open the envelope impatiently. Inside there is a newspaper clip, cut neatly and folded in half. Washington Post, May 1984. The clip presents an article on the upcoming important vote over the National Organ Transplant Act, which is something we can look up. The author of the article writes about the immense tension related to the act and a number of medical and pharmaceutical companies who worked on it. Year 1984. Presidential elections. Ronald Reagan becomes president of the United States. This is what stayed in the memory of most citizens. Backstage struggles over organ transplant regulations fell into oblivion. So we can examine the circumstances of Samuel Brown's death at the Richmond PD, and then we can find out who voted and how they voted on the act.
Somebody here randomly, I think it's Miranda maybe?
There's an organ donor.
No.
One of them is an organ donor.
That's, yeah.
Oh, it's the ex-wife. It's Rebecca Danwich.
I just, it's so weird that that's what they mentioned. They keep talking about, multiple times they talk about organ donation.
Well, Medical Support Foundation dealt with transplants.
Okay. So, do we want to look up this medical care?
Yeah, let's look up the National Organ Transplant Act. National Organ Transplant Act. There it is. To address the nation's critical organ donation shortage and improve the organ matching and placement process, the U.S. Congress passed the National Organ Transplant Act. The act established the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network, OPTN, to maintain a national registry for organ matching. The act also called for the network to be operated by a private, non-profit organization under federal contract. Following further study and recommendations from a task force commission through NOTA, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services solicited proposals in 1986 for the operation of OPTN.
Okay.
I don't know what this has to do with anything. Unless...
Well, this right here...
Wait, go back to Antares for a second. And go to Samuel Brown.
Car accident.
Yeah, he died in a car accident. Scroll down.
All the accidents that involved all these people.
I know. Okay, go to, Coxon. For a second. Just roll with me here for a second.
Coxon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which one?
Jeremiah. I don't know.
The murder date. I think so?
Okay, so we wrote this down. I wrote this down that the inaccurate date of death for Samuel Brown matches the date of death for Bradley for the murder.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, the exact date.
It's the exact date. Yes, it's the exact date.
So I think we do need to examine the circumstances of Samuel Brown's death.
Okay. Well, that is going to cost us another hour.
For transportation.
Transportation, and then God only knows how long at PD.
Well, what else can we do in field work?
The last thing we can meet with Miranda Bradley.
So we've done all the stuff in the book, right?
In the book?
Yes.
Yes, we've done all the stuff
I'm
in the
going
book.
to do this just for right now. I'm going to put this up here just so we can
Sure.
know what we have to... Never mind.
Sure. All right. So right now, let's just for a second. Let's look at what is most important to us at the moment. So we can visit the registered offices of Milano Labs.
Mm-hmm.
We can have a conversation with Malcolm Petrie about Malcolm Frey, or about Frey, not Malcolm Frey, just Frey. We can have a meeting with Miranda Bradley, who is currently the chairman of the board at Medical Support Foundation, which deals with transplant stuff, or dealt with transplant stuff. We've decided that we don't want to look anything else up on James Ferguson or Leopold Brunch, so this one is basically finished if we're not going to do that. And then finally we have
Courthouse.
the courthouse. We also have the police file on the accident.
These two are both courthouse. These two are field work. This is Richmond PD.
Mm-hmm. And headquarters, which we could do tomorrow. We also have the police file on the accident at the PD. For someone. Oh, it was the Jan. Or Jan.
Write Jan's name just so we stop forgetting it.
Rudnicki.
So we're still out here. I say we just do both of these. I say we have the conversation because her family is tied into this deep right now.
Okay, so this one of these is going to put us over into overtime.
Probably. I say we do this one second. We have eight things of overtime. We have the 8 stress tokens if we need them.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so which one do we want to do first?
I say we talk to Miranda.
Talk to Miranda first?
Yeah. 4:15.
Okay. 2 hours. You go through metal detectors and then get thoroughly searched by the private security officers in the building. When you get to one of the top floors, you can see that there are a couple armed guards there. Miranda Bradley's assistant invites you into the conference room. The assistant brings you water and says that the chairman will be here any minute. After a couple of minutes, an elegant woman does enter the room. She's wearing a Chanel suit and shoes that must have cost more than her assistant's salary. She asks how she can help you. A number of questions are asked. Mrs. Bradley unwillingly goes back to the subject of the death of her grandfather and father. The police never found the culprits, but it's hard to understand why 2 rich businessmen get stabbed by casual bandits while returning from a party. Unfortunately, the investigation team found nothing. They observed the gangs for a long time, and then there was theory of unpaid debt, all because of those severed fingers. Unfortunately, to no avail. After many years, I accepted the fact that it was no accidental assault. With every sentence, you can see that Mrs. Bradley is about to burst out crying at any time now. And now my daughter, she says through tears. I'm sorry, please direct the questions to our law office. I have nothing more to add, she says, and leaves the room crying. Now, we can draw additional conclusions from the conversation. Okay. Oh, we could add something. Mrs. Miranda Bradley knew very well that she would be interrogated and prepared well for it. She knew every question before you asked it. The crying scene was played perfectly. Mrs. Miranda Bradley knows much more than she is willing to admit. What is she hiding? And more importantly, why is she hiding something? Your visit to the premises of Medical Support Foundation did not answer many questions. Instead, it raised a whole bunch of new ones. Add 1 star to the token pool.
Cool.
Alright, so this one is completely done. Which means this is completely done.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
We have two options. This is my thought. Is we spend this last hour, we save all 8 hours for the third day. If we need the extra time at the end of the day, we use it. We once again do reports again. For the last hour.
Do we have? Can I see the case file? You just really want to exhume the body.
I do. I don't know why.
I don't think it's necessary.
We have all the extra stuff. I say we do it.
We have time until the end of the third day.
So until we end the third day. Or we can do Milano Labs. Either way, I want to spend 2 of these.
To get another Joker.
Yeah,
I
so
agree.
I'm going to do that right now. I say we go to the labs.
I think we should go to the labs. I think spending the time to do that.
So getting the stress token because of that makes more sense to you.
Yeah, purely because
We're already in the field.
we're already in the field.
Okay. So which one do we need?
421.
421. 2 hours.
You park at the building. The neighborhood is rather suspicious. It is definitely not a place where anyone would want to have offices for their company. You get out of the car and go to the guardhouse, spying out of the corner of your eye a bunch of junkies hiding in the building across the street. You climb the stairs, approach the guard lolling on the chair, and you show him your badge. The man straightens up at once and starts to explain he gave his testimony last week and has nothing else to say about the murder case. Oh, ding dong.
Phantom Ganon! Welcome back for 10 months!
10 months! Hello! The guard sends you to the 3rd floor to the room opposite the stairs. Alright, so we need to read 411 first. I think it's...
what is this?
I think it's this. It's not... It's nothing. It just says read 411.
Oh, so we have to actually get 411.
Yeah. You climb the slimy staircase to the 3rd floor and
You read first, and then we decide what we want to do.
okay. I always feel like I'm cheating, but I feel like it's very
that's what you do.
unclear here. You climb the slimy staircase to the 3rd floor and stand before the doors with a Milano Labs label stuck to the doors with adhesive tape. Not sketchy at all. You knock. No one answers. You knock again. Nothing. You gently push on the handle. The office is open. You go inside cautiously. In the room, there is no furniture other than a table and an old wooden chair, which a dummy is sitting. Its ghastly hand on the ruined tabletop. Oh god, I hate this. I hate this. If the hand had an index finger, it would be pointing to the black and white print of a photograph of 3 men. You put your gloves on and carefully pick up the photograph.
What does it
I
say?
hate this. I hate this so much. Like, I have, like, the worst feeling right now. 429. I hate this. I hate this so much.
I love this.
Okay. There is our people. Who are these people? Wait, that's Samuel Brown, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who are these 2 people? Who is this Neil Patrick Harris looking person?
Well, so...
Oh, here. On the reverse, there is an inscription. Hell is empty and all the devils are here.
And you can search that.
No! Hell is empty and all the devils are here. Oh, it's from The Tempest.
It's also the 4th album by British extreme metal band.
Nope. Not
Nope.
gonna try. But I feel like Shakespeare is where we need to be. Spark nodes. Yee. Brian, who is better than I sure. There it is. They felt a fever, not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me, the king's son Ferdinand, with hair up staring then like reeds, not hair, was the first man that leaped, cried, hell is empty and all the devils are here. Modern text.
That's what I'm looking at. Huh.
Okay, so
Let's look at the pictures here. So we think that the one's definitely brown.
Hi, Cthulhu! Yee.
So we think that guy in the middle is brown, a younger brown.
It looks like it.
I think it does too.
Okay, so here's the thing. So we have some
First
things.
of all, I want to do this.
There's some things that we can do.
Stop, hold on.
Ah!
I want to actually show our fellow detectives what the pictures.
Fellow detectives.
That is the picture that we had. We think the guy here in the middle is brown. We're not sure who Neil Patrick Harris is or the other guy. We're still looking at those guys.
I'm glad that you feel like that looks like Neil Patrick Harris too. It's not, but it looks like him. We good, Lulu?
Yes.
It's we're a little stressed right now. Not as stressed as we were last Wednesday, but I'm more grossed out than anything. Okay, so here's the thing. So we have a couple things that we can do. We can find out what murder that the guy was talking about. We can search the scene more carefully.
Don't do
I don't know
that.
why I did that. By reading or search the scene more carefully where the scary dummy is. We can also spend 2 tokens from the pool to call the forensic scientist from the laboratory to the scene. We can also do thorough analysis of the photograph at the Antares headquarters, which we can do actually tomorrow.
Well, I think we're doing
I think we
both these things.
definitely need to do search the scene more carefully and spend the 2 tokens to call the forensic team.
But
that
that's going to be
means-
more field work.
It's more field work.
Probably another 2 or 3 hours.
Probably. But this also means that we're probably not going to get to exhume the body. Which I'm okay with, because I really think that's a dead end.
Okay, well, either way, do we find out what he's talking about first?
Yes, we can find out what he's talking about first.
So, spend this.
It probably has nothing to do with the case, but you stop a little longer to ask the guard about the murder he mentioned. The guard rolls his eyes in a somewhat accusatory manner, but you have earned his trust, so he gives you information. More than 10 days ago, a junkie was stabbed here. He was found on the stairwell between the 2nd and 3rd floor, lying there all dirty and cold, but as there is no monitoring here and the guard usually sleeping, the police did not find out much. There are always some fights here. The neighborhood is not safe, he explains. The cops can't do anything about it. As usual, they have more important things to do. So we can access files on the murder at the PD.
But, yeah,
I feel like that was a waste of a token.
Search the scene more carefully.
Yes. Now I can turn this over. There must be something more in this room. Someone tried really hard to leave nothing, but you know that it's impossible not to leave any traces. You look carefully around, your eyes virtually scanning the room. Dummy, chair, table. You see a calendar hanging on the wall, an old one, 1979. Ooh, ding dong. Raiders! Hello!
Beat in the basement, hello! Welcome!
Welcome! Hello!
If you're just joining us, right now we are playing Detective, which is a interactive game. We're in our 4th case of this. The other 3 are on our YouTube. This does have spoilers, but it's a really fun interactive game where you look things up online. But yeah, hello. Thank you for the raid.
Yay! Okay. All right. An old one, 1979, which is when those murders took place. The first murder.
Wait,
What? 79. 76 was when the...
something happened in 79 too.
Something did happen in 79. What happened in 79? I don't need to look this up right now. Oh, people. Murders took place in 67.
The poison guy.
Poison guy was 79?
No.
He was 66.
He also wasn't poisoned.
Oh, wait, no, he wasn't the poison guy. No, Carl Borgman.
What's the date?
July 19th. Okay.
Mark, give me the fucking body!
Okay, can I have another cookie? Otherwise it's blank. No prints, no traces. You keep looking. There must be something here. The person responsible for this nonsense must have made a mistake somewhere. You stand in the middle and look around this absolutely empty, clean room. Clean! The person who cleaned everything must have tossed it somewhere. Wastebasket. There's no wastebasket here. You go to the window, open it, lean down. Looking down below, there is a window. Below the window, there is a waste container. It's clear that no one had emptied it for a long time. You run down the stairs. You find the container and search around it. There it is! Behind it, squeezed in between the container and the wall, is a small office wastebasket. You remove it with some difficulty. There is something inside, a tissue. You put on gloves and pick up the tissue. It's covered in blood. Okay. There's a lot of things happening. I just want to say that we both thought the other person was wrong in this situation because you didn't really want to go check out this building.
That's not true.
Or at the beginning, you didn't want to. It was just a shell corporation. It was nothing. Here we are, finding all the information. All right.
I think, okay, here's my thought. I think calling the forensic people out here is pointless. I think that they would have found what we just found by spending that token. I really do.
Maybe. You just want to.
I do. I absolutely do.
Can we still write a report and when we're in overtime?
Yes.
Maybe we should do that so then we can
Get those extra 2.
Okay, anyway. And we can do a thorough analysis of the photograph at the headquarters.
Correct, which I think we should definitely do next time.
We can also get analysis of the tissue with the lamp.
Mm-hmm. So we did this. We were doing the field office right now. We've already done all that. So that is done. So. We're exhuming that fucking body.
Well, we gotta go to the courthouse anyway, so...
Yep. I think that it's been cleaned too well, and because we flipped this over and found that tissue, that's going to give us the information we need. I don't think they're going to find anything else in that room.
Okay. All right. It's fine.
I think
You
it's...
don't have to do it, but I have to do it. It's fine. All right, so...
I'll make a deal. If at the end, if you feel like we still need to do it, after we do the analysis, we can still send them out there, because it's a further lead.
Okay.
It's not something we have to do right this second.
Okay. So...
For real, I'm about to head out the door and head to Richmond myself.
Are we going to spend...
Spend 1 to get 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've already done this round.
Yep.
So
we're going to spend 1 to get 2.
All right. Start of day 3.
Okay. Do you want to start by looking up the photograph?
Yeah, let's start at headquarters. Okay, so there are a few things that we can do at headquarters. We can find out who voted and how they voted on the act, on the National Organ Transplant List Act. We can, and then we can do the analysis of the photograph, which I think we definitely need to do.
I say we do the analysis of the photograph first.
423. Open the leads.
420.
Okay, so right now we've got a bunch of threads open right now because that's who we are. We decided to take a bunch of different ones. Oh, that is not what I was expecting.
So 2 hours.
So right now we're dealing with Milano Industries or something like that. Milano Labs, which is what we're dealing with right now and what we're focusing on, which has to do with Walter Frey. Frey is who brought the stuff to the lab, or mailed it to the lab from the last one. We also have stuff for the National Organ Transplant Act, which has to do with the medical. Has to do with the. I've lost all names of things. I think it's MSF. I think is what it's called. Who absorbed Get Force, who was originally owned by Brown. This is owned by. We just talked to her.
MSF is Medical Support Foundation.
Medical Support Foundation, and it's owned
Miranda Bradley.
by Miranda Bradley, which is Rose's
mother.
And Bradley's daughter. We also have the what Stephen really wants to do, which is the exhumation of Carl Borgman, which we are looking at the date that Carl died was the date on the calendar that we found in Milano Labs. And he worked at the Ferguson research team at St. Martha's Hospital, which I'm not sure where we got that lead for St. Martha's Hospital. I think that was at the very beginning in the case.
St. Martha's was from the
Medical Support Foundation. So that's where that ties in. And then we also have a lead to go talk to Malcolm Petrie at the courthouse.
Which we want to do as well.
Yes, which was Frey's doctor at the mental hospital. So, there were a lot of things here. So right now what we're doing is we're running an analysis of the photograph that we found at Milano Labs. This is where we begin. It takes 2 hours. The graphic team received the photograph, scanned it, and started an analysis of the material. After about a half an hour, you understand why this equipment is so expensive. So, the photograph was taken on September 4th, 1969 in Milan. There is a ticket fragment. The person in the photo attended the conference organized by ISN, which is the International Society for Neurochemistry in Milan in 1969, which is something we can look up. There is a typical morning espresso drunk in Italy before noon. So the photograph was taken around 11 a.m. There is an inscription in Italian. The photograph was taken in an Italian restaurant. This one, which is Cafe Milano, which makes sense as why they would call it Milano Labs. And then the fragment of the jacket cuff, there was a fourth person at the table that was not in the photograph, which I did not even catch. Right here. It's another person.
Oh.
I really love the bad
Bad Photoshop.
bad Photoshop on these cards.
I mean, we know that's Brown, but do we want to do face recognition to see if maybe we can recognize the other two people?
We can, but we should look at the International Society for Neurochemistry, Milan, 1969. What does that mean? Hell is empty and the devils, and all the devils are here.
Meaning that fourth person has something to do with the case. What is it called? Sorry.
International Society. SOC. IET.
Sorry.
It's okay. IET. Why? For neurochemistry. NE. Milan, 1969. That one. Yes. Oh no. No. Please, not
Not the scientific.
the scientific articles. I do not need to be a Google scholar. Let's just maybe that one?
I mean,
Or we can just go to Wikipedia.
but this one right here, it's the second meeting. Go here.
Oh, so it was from September 1st to 5th in 1969.
So that's what we need to know. So
Second International Meeting of the International Society for Neurochemistry, Milan, Italy, September 1st through 5th, 1969.
okay, that's important. It's gonna be important because it's gonna eliminate people as suspects in deaths.
All right, so September 1st through 5th.
So whatever happened, whoever died September 1st to the 5th, Brown didn't do it.
International Society for Neurochemistry. International Society for Neurochemistry. Was September 1st through 5th,
1969.
1969. It was the second meeting.
Well, it was the second, yeah.
Okay.
So
I don't feel like we actually need to go through it. I feel like we just need the dates.
yeah, I think the dates were really important here.
Okay.
So let's just see real quick because
So who all died? What happened in September of 1969?
Oh, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna go through these people. So it was 92. That was July of 66. Nice mine.
That wasn't creepy at all.
Coxon, maybe? Jeremiah?
I do think it's funny that it says inscription in Italian and it's just Cafe Milano. And it's a menu.
Which you can actually see that here, and I didn't even realize it.
Yes, you can see a hand in the photo. It's down here in the bottom corner.
Did you not?
It's really hard. It's really hard to see it. In this one, they've given us. It actually doesn't say.
The hand that they're talking about is actually right here.
Yeah.
So there's the menu. In Brown's coat pocket, it has the thing about the symposium, and then there's the cafe.
And then in this one, here, you can do, I'm going to keep it like this. In this one, you can see the hand a little better because they've gone through and
digitally
enhanced it. But I can't look at the back of this card until we spend the.
Well, we're gonna spend the card. We're gonna spend it.
Until we spend it, so can't tell if it has a scar or not. All right, so are we spending it?
Yeah.
All right, so launch facial recognition. Oh, hey, there we go. The facial recognition of 3 figures at once requires all of the enormous computing power of the entire system. Luckily, the system was created to help in such situations. And right now, other pending investigations do not urgently need any systems resources. You open the face recognition software, select the faces of all 3 men, and wait for the results. It doesn't take long. The system discovers these names in the context of the conducted investigation. One of the men in the photograph is Dr. James Ferguson. James Ferguson?
James Ferguson.
Yes, that we haven't looked at.
Nope.
Second is Colonel Samuel Brown, so we were right on that one. Yee. And the third one is Russell Bradley. They must be somehow connected. So Colonel Samuel Brown. Oh, we add a thing to the pool. At least Brown attended the Thingy Doodle in 1969. In September. So we can get information about James Ferguson, we can get information about Russell Bradley, and we can talk to Samuel Brown's son, which we've already done. We've done 2 out of the 3 of these.
Have we already done 401?
401 was
Oh, okay.
I thought we had. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
That's
Gotcha, okay.
General Brown.
But see, this says 401 headquarters.
Yeah, we were at headquarters. Well, we were.
I think this might be a misprint on this card.
It might be.
Because-
Just for see if there is another 40. There's not another 401. Yeah, that's a misprint. It's got to be a misprint because there's not another.
Yeah, I'm just making sure there's not one
Yeah.
tucked away. Okay.
So
We're still at headquarters. Do we want to look up James now?
we can look up James Ferguson.
Because that's the only thing on that card we haven't done. So we've done this, unless put this over here because we can decide to do that field work if you want.
Yeah, put it over here.
So we're looking up James Ferguson.
Yeah, we also need to go to the lab, which is on the back
you go to
of
the
this
lab?
one.
Oh,
Analysis of the tissue.
gotcha. So James
The heavy
Ferguson is
tissue.
405.
Yeah. An hour. Not bad. Ferguson graduated from Harvard University with rather poor marks. He changed the location of his practice many times. In the 1960s and 70s, he was a lecturer at the medicine facility of the University of Richmond. In 1966, he started cooperating with St. Martha's Hospital, where he organized the research team. The team fell apart in 1979 after the death of Carl Borgman, one of the 3 researchers. Ferguson himself died in 1999. He was divorced 3 times. What can you get from this? You are staring at the screen on the wall. Antares spit out all the basic data and put the ball in your court. It is you who has to squeeze something out of it. You click on individual records, check the data. The guy was divorced 3 times. Divorce means loads of money. You follow the money. So we read 433, and we can also get the history of Ferguson's ex-wives. After a while, Antares starts to find more data, this time related to finances. You narrow them down to the years 1966 to 1979, when the team was managed by Ferguson. A lot of international travel, symposia in Europe, extensive hotels, interviews in glossy magazines, a beautiful smile, white teeth, autographs, damn doctor, a medical star with pockets full of money, and a bunch of female students at every beck and call. Okay, so
Get his file, though.
we can get his file, which is James Ferguson. Ferguson.
Respiratory poisoning.
This was in 1999.
Yeah, but none of these people are dying accidentally.
No. That is a result of poisoning due to fumes released from a leaking gas bottle in the research facility in which he was employed. Like in Richmond. Claire Ferguson was his ex-wife. She also worked in St. Martha's.
We already got that, though.
Oof.
I mean, we can look into his ex-wives, but I don't feel like that's necessary right this moment. What else do we have?
History of Ferguson's ex-wives.
Okay, I don't think we need that right now. We have this one.
Find out about more Ferguson's team.
We have that one. It's right up there. 426.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Ferguson's
424.
employee file
I
act.
feel like do we not have that one?
No. Martha's Hospital, that's field work.
No, don't have that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of safety protocol is being ignored in these cases.
I don't think we need his file right now. There's too much poisoning going on, and that's why I want to glue the body.
There is too much for me to process right now.
We've done all of this now. Yes, we've done everything on this card.
We've done everything on that.
What else? Want to go to the courthouse and talk to Petrie, or do we want to follow the Brown thing?
Okay, so here we need to start saying, okay, we're not gonna do this. We need to decide what we're not going to do. So we are not going to find out the history of Ferguson's ex-wives, yes?
I don't think so.
We have to decide now, because we have to do this now.
Oh.
Which we can add another Joker to the pool.
Yeah, and we have one.
Yeah, we already have one. We just have to decide if we're going to do this right now or not.
We have. I think Claire is the one that matters to us out of all of them, and we have her basic information. She was employed at Martha's Hospital. Right?
Yeah. I don't feel like there's anything else that this is going to...
I think this is going too far down a rabbit hole we don't need to do. So I'm going to say no.
Okay, so that one's done. All right, so we can find out more about Ferguson's team, which we already did.
Yeah.
And then we can get the his employee file at St. Martha's Hospital.
I think he's a pawn. I don't think he has too much going on.
I agree. I don't think it's worth it. All right, so these are the ones that we are all like...
So, who was the third guy in this photo? It's another one of our guys.
Bradley.
Bradley, okay.
All right, so... we can... I honestly don't know that it's necessary to know who voted and how they voted on the act.
I don't either. That...
We can examine the circumstances of Samuel Brown's death.
That is maybe, if we have time, I think that's worth it.
Okay. I already know this is going over here, so we're just going to do that. This is a conversation with Malcolm Petrie about Frey at the courthouse. Okay, so that's going to go over here. All right. So this one is just calling the forensic scientist from the laboratory to the scene.
I don't think we need to do that. I think finding the box...
Finding the... Oh, wait. Yeah, this is on the back.
That there...
The lab analysis of the tissue.
I think once we exhume the body, we're going to go to the lab anyways.
Probably.
So I think that can go here.
And then police files on the murder that was at the building where Milano Labs was. I don't think it's necessary either. We also have the police file on the accident for Rudnicki.
Okay.
But I don't know that that's necessary either.
All right.
This one, we're not going to look up Leopold Brunch.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've sort of narrowed it down. So that's helpful. 2 of these happened at the courthouse.
I think that's where we're going.
I
think we do the conversation. And
courthouse.
Yes.
And then we'll probably end up at the lab.
Yep.
All right, it's been an hour to go to the courthouse. God. I don't feel like we're going to get all this
This is
done.
day 3. Okay. So what number is it?
Are we doing the conversation first?
Yes.
412.
Only 1 hour.
Sweet. Malcolm Petrie receives you in his office. The windows are tightly shut as usual, and there are piles of books everywhere. There's a delicate floral scent in the room. You ask about Walter Frey. After a moment of thought, Petrie confirms that Walter was his patient. He suffered from sexual disorders, but the therapy and his medicines helped contain the demons hiding in his head. Petrie personally advocated for releasing Frey. Such a decision is always a high-risk decision, but this is what psychiatrists do, explains Petrie, wiping his nose with a tissue. Please, excuse me, but my allergies are acting up, he says. Petrie confirms that he knows Frey's wife, Rebecca Danwich. He met her a couple of times when she visited Frey at the hospital. You could see that she visited him because she had to. There were no feelings or involvement. She waited for the divorce, which was already pending. Petrie ponders something and then goes on. I don't know what to think about it. We treat patients to return them to society, but you never have a 100% guarantee that the therapy was a success. Sometimes the demons wake up again and the patient is back on the couch, or even worse, in prison or dead. These mistakes will burden my conscience for the rest of my life, he says, wiping his nose again. You can see tears in the corner of his eyes. Sadness or another allergy attack? We can ask additional questions. This is the one that sounds like Stranger Things.
I want to, but here's my thing. I have a feeling that we're going to need at least 2 of these probably when we go to the lab.
Okay.
And this is me maybe breaking the game a little bit. They didn't give us any stress levels for this.
That's true.
If he was hiding something,
We would have had stress levels.
there would have been stress level involved.
I agree. Alright. I don't think we need to ask any more questions. Alright, so that means this is done too. Alright, so here we go. What Steven has been wanting to do since we got this card. So we're going to spend 4 from the token pool to get permission for the exhumation of Carl Borgman.
He was the guy with the dome. He got to do it.
I mean, it's possible. It was saying a lot about his like allergies, like something with the tissues, but I don't know. I may be reading too much into that.
I mean,
Go with your gut.
my gut says there's something on the back of this card and it's not going to cost any time to do it. It's just going to cost us some work.
Then we only have 1.
Mm-hmm. Which means we'll have a decision to make later.
Mm-hmm.
But we could also not have a decision to make later. There could be only 1 left.
Sure.
I say we do it.
Okay.
But let's just do this.
Okay. That's easier. This card, I'm going to flip it over and there's going to be absolutely nothing, and we both know that. Oh! No! Ooh, exciting. Exciting things happening. Is Frey's ex-wife the kind of woman who would be able to start up a company? Is she kind of a businesswoman? I don't know her so well. We only spoke a couple of times, and that's it. High stress level. But working with Frey, you must have known Rebecca Danwich too, to judge her character and potential influence on her husband. Yes, basically yes, but it was so long ago I'm sure she's changed. Medium stress level. Did you contact her after her divorce? Petrie plays with a pen lying on his desk. He waits before giving the answer.
High stress level.
We ran into each other once or twice. High stress level. Richmond is not that big. But I didn't have any regular contact with her. I had no reason. Low stress level. You can't help feeling that Petrie and Danwich had some closer relationship that would put the doctor treating her husband in a poor light. Add plot card number 430 to case 5. Worth it! Worth it! I'm glad that was not a wasted token.
430?
I was real worried. Yeah. To case 5. Here, I already have one. For next week. Alright. You ready?
Exhume the fucking body!
416.
Only 1 hour.
Ooh, only an hour! Sweet. Yeah, but we have field work, which means an hour and then to field work. We're not going to be able to get all this done. There's a group of reporters on the steps of the building. Someone is making a statement to the press. You pass the reporters and enter the building, hand over your watch, phone, and gun at the entrance. You go through the metal detector, collect your items, and go to the first floor to the judge's wing to meet Erica Irving. You called her on the way to the courthouse, and she's waiting for you. Judge Irving has sorted out various consents for you under the urgency procedure and on many occasions. She's not a fan of red tape and believes that the investigators should be granted as much freedom in their work as possible. True to her nature, you have no major problems in obtaining her consent for emergency exhumation. You thank her and leave the building. You get to the car, go through the files. Borgman died on July 19th, 1979. The cause of Borgman's death was formaldehyde poisoning. The body was found in the basement of his house at 23 Cloder Road. The autopsy report was signed by Claire Ferguson. Yee.
I'm pointing to the screen because the person that's on the screen right now
It's Claire Ferguson.
is Claire Ferguson, who was James Ferguson's ex-wife.
Well, okay, so we have more decisions to make here. We're not going to get to do this. This is one that I think that is going to just bother us for the rest of time.
Because we can't go to the Richmond PD.
Because we're not going to be able to go to Richmond PD. Now, we can do a couple things here. We can go into field work and do the remains. We can get the analysis of the tissue. Now, we have...
I think we have the connection that we need with this.
My thought, we have 6 stress level that we can deal with. We go to the exhumation. I'm 99% sure
It's going to send us to the
that
lab.
it's going to send us to the lab.
Okay.
Which means it's going to be another hour traveling. So we're going to
2
have
hours.
at least 2 hours of travel time, which is going to put us at 4 for right now. I'd say the exhumation is probably going to take
2 hours. Maybe
2 hours. So that puts us at 6, which gives us 2 more.
Yep. Examining the tissue is about to take 2 hours.
Which is 2 more, so that's 4. And then I would say this was probably going to take us 2 hours, which would put us at our max.
All right. Let's do it.
I mean,
Field work. Exhume the body, 420. Nice. 3 hours.
dang it. Off. All right. Dark rain. Oh, well, but it's not having us go to the lab, so. Well, yes, it is. Dark rain clouds hang over the horizon and cover the sky over Richmond, pouring buckets of water onto the city. For a while, you could smell the asphalt, and there was suddenly a downpour. The mud-covered coffin was taken out of the grave and opened at the cemetery under the rain protection tent. The police photographer documented nearly every grain of sand and every splinter. Such operations are always accompanied with camera snaps. When the lid is cracked open, the nearly mummified body of a man dressed in a black suit can be seen. What is left of the suit are buttons and some pieces of fabric, but the color is still visible. The skull, along with the remaining tissues, is partly severed from the skeleton, attached only by a small strip of skin. The skeleton seems complete. After the exhumation is documented, the body and the coffin are transported to the laboratory. So we need to read file 420 and add a token to the pool. Wait, why are we at 6? It was 3 hours. We were at 2.
No, we were at 3. Because we are at...
Oh, because we had to travel.
Yeah.
You're right.
What
Okay.
file? 420?
420. All right, so we're at 4 stress level right now. Body of a male, age at the time of death, approximately 67 to 69 years old. The degree of bodily decay confirms the date of burial. Tattoo below the right arm, GE3. Ink, German, black and blue pigment. No bone of the index finger on the right hand. That, we hadn't had that information. It is...
Look at his weight.
Okay. Partially preserved skin on the fingers. Fingerprints have been lifted. SD, we already knew. Wait.
No, we didn't. I'm not gonna click that yet.
Hair, naturally dark, dyed brown, blood type ORH negative, weight approximately 143 to 165 pounds. Toxicological analysis shows the presence of large amount of various common chemical substances. This man had been exposed to them for extended period of times of his life. Dentition complete.
Dentition.
Some teeth treated. American fillings, 2 gold teeth. Dentition consistent with medical records from St. Martha's Hospital. Second bone of the metacarpus in the left hand has been damaged. Microparticles from the bone indicate the remains of bomb shrapnel. Old injury in the right kneecap is apparent. Could have caused slight paralysis. The spine is bent as a result of motor paresis of the left leg. The man must have walked with a limp.
Okay.
Okay.
But the microparticles.
So who is this body that we just
Wait. But the second
zoomed?
bone. The second metacarpals
Carl Borgman.
of his left hand. That's these. He punched something.
Okay. So this is Carl Borgman.
Uh-huh.
All right. Add that. Wait. Before we do anything, I have a feeling that Borgman and Jan are the same person. But that's just me.
Could be.
Because didn't Jan walk with a limp?
I think so.
Spine bent.
Hold on. I'm gonna do
Add
this
the
first.
match because I'm pretty sure that's the same.
It is. Jan and
Carl
Borgman.
Borgman are the same person. Rudnicki and Borgman, same person.
Wait a minute. Do we have pictures about them?
Yeah.
Are we really that unobservant?
No.
Okay, they look different enough.
But there's a scar on his left hand. Scars on both hands. Horse riding accident scar on the left thigh.
It wasn't a horse riding accident.
No, it wasn't a horse riding accident.
Carl Borgman's was poisoning
during
lab
lab accident. But wait,
And Jan.
was in a car accident in '66.
Faked his own death.
Okay, wait, hang on. Go back to Borgman for a second. I'm gonna write some things down here. Let's say Borgman. Okay. That's weird that I can't put that. Alright, so he has scars on both hands. And left thigh. What is happening? Alright.
DK said, for the love of pizza, tell me you guys are going to get the expansion.
It's... Alright, go back.
We should just put it on our wish list.
Okay, go back. Go back to Jan Rudnicki.
So just back 1 second.
Okay, so when did Borgman start working for... When did that thing start? I feel like we're on a completely, like, tangent right now, but it's a really interesting tangent. Ferguson's team, yeah. 426 is what we're looking for. 66 to 79.
Well, hold on. That's Ferguson. That's not who we're talking about, right? Ferguson's not one of these. No.
No, we're it's the team, Ferguson's team. It was on the thing right there. It was on this card. 426 is what we're looking for. Let's be back. 426. Team set up in the 1960s. But the one said 1966. Didn't it?
Killing to the website. Nope, that's the wrong one. Medical supply. In the year 1966, the company was founded. No.
In the years... There it is. 1966 to 79, the company supported a research team headed by Dr. Ferguson and operating at St. Martha's Hospital. 1966 was when that started. 1966 is when Rudnicki died.
And that's probably when the other person came to exist. That's probably when Borgman Wait, did they both were they both born in Poland?
I don't know.
Carl Borgman.
Carl Borgman was born in Danzig. Born in Danzig.
How did we miss
How
that?
did we miss that?
Yeah, they're the same guy. We know they're the same guy at this point because their DNA matched.
DNA matched.
So we know that they're the same guy. So my guess is...
Rudnicki,
So Rudnicki died
in 1966 when the Ferguson's team started.
Yeah. And Borgman,
And Borgman died in 79 when it ended.
Yeah.
Both of them were born within a month of each other.
In the same place.
In the same
But
year, in
they're
the same place. It's the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person. So
It's the same guy. It's the same guy. It's the same person. Nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. Same person.
well, no, it is the DNA match.
All right.
The DNA matched. It's the same person. Even if they're twins, they wouldn't have the same exact DNA.
Okay.
Well, it's a 90% match.
Where did
so
that
it
card?
could be.
Where did that card go?
Which one?
The one with the exhumation of the body. It was brown. I know that. No, 420 fieldwork. This one. Okay, there's nothing else.
Yeah, that's why I took it.
All right, so.
I'm gonna go back to file 420 though.
Bye, Micah. Oh my gosh.
This will be up on our YouTube probably tomorrow or the next day. So if you wanna finish it out, you can always go to the YouTube.
Thank you for the 10 party biddies. Holy moly.
There's nothing else to do with it at all. We spend the hour, go to the lab and look at the tissue, tie that last thread and be done? Yeah? Okay. We're going to the lab. Boom. What's the number? 408.
408. We've gotten a lot of information.
2 hours. Which actually put us at 6.
Okay, so.
Oh, actually, no, we got 1 because of that.
1 because of that, and then 2 more.
And that is
7.
7.
You take the elevator to the 8th floor. The laboratory does not smell like Antares. It reminds you more of a hospital. Only it's quieter here, and there are no figures in bathrobes wandering around the corridors. You pass a number of glass doors through which you can see walls with monitors and people in white lab coats bent over the tables. You log in the registration desk, state the type and parameters of evidence, mark the scope of necessary tests, and wait for the lab technician. After a while, a young woman comes out, collects the tissue, sealed in a plastic bag, and puts it in a plastic container. At the same time, the screen with your request lights up in blue. Evidence submitted for tests. Completion notice with access code will be sent via email. 4:34. Okay, so we got some stuff. You stick around in the laboratory building for a while, dealing with overdue formalities. Eventually, you go down to the third floor information center and plug into the computer. Coffee, a sandwich, the Antara system, and analysis of the materials gathered so far. An hour flies by, and you finally get a notice. The blood samples have been tested. All right, so we do have evidence. We also have we can also add other categories. I feel like you and I would be terrible at this in real life.
Why?
Because the tiniest thread of anything else, and we're like, yes. And we go.
Alright, what is it?
Alright, SM is the first one.
Hold on, I need it. Yes.
Wait, don't you just press SM down there?
See, if I just type in the signature, it'll automatically put it where it needs to be.
Okay, SM.
Yep.
Okay. F5V.
What was that first thing? 5V?
5V.
Okay, so you said
9 M V N dash 8 L Q. Oh, I see where. Okay, I see. Z W 2. That's just the disposable tissue.
And then what's the other one? This is the
sDNA. Okay.
Yep.
6 3 F R P T dash P 6 8 9 K L.
Okay.
Alright.
I have a feeling that's the blood of the girl.
Probably. We can add other categories. Do we want to do that since it's the last thing?
Yeah, of course.
Something is bothering you. The investigator's sixth sense. Did the murderer make a mistake by throwing this tissue away? You log into the laboratory system and ask for an examination of the tissue. Not the blood, not the DNA traces, but the tissue itself. What can they say about it? After a dozen or so minutes, you receive a short message. Disposable tissue, chamomile scented, contains anti-allergic substances. Inscription embossed on the edges. Della. Leaving the laboratory building, you call a friend who runs a small drugstore in downtown. You ask about Della tissues with people with allergies. No, we don't have them. They're usually sold in higher-end pharmacies since they're quite expensive. You thank her for this information and hang up. Petri. Okay, we're out of things that we can do.
It's time for the test.
I'm scared because I don't feel like I have enough information written down.
We got this. We got this, people. We got this.
We used 7 stress level. We're already down 7 points. Just -7.
Woo! We exhumed the body. And we learned major shit because we did.
No, we did learn major shit because we did. I will give you that. All right. Final report. Yes.
Yee.
Oh,
Yee.
Wampus, thank you for the 10 lucky biddies. Okay. During the investigation, our team has determined the following statement to be true. The research team working at St. Martha's Hospital. The research team graded success with oncology. The research team was cooperating with Samuel Brown. The research team leader was Leopold Brunch, which is the one that we didn't look anything on. We do not know which statement is true, but we do know the research team was cooperating with Samuel Brown. Right? Because this is...
Yes.
Okay, I don't know where the card is that tells us all the names.
Let's double check to make sure.
Marmagni! Thank you for the 15 lucky biddies! Gee, why did you put the ... dots? It makes me nervous when you put the ... dots.
Where's that? This one? No.
Don't look at the back of all of them because we can't.
There's only one we can't look at the back of. Where's the picture?
Is it out here? No. No, it's blue. I know that.
There. Facial recognition. Which one was facial recognition?
James Ferguson, Russell Bradley, and Samuel Brown. James Ferguson was the leader of the...
Yes. So we know that they were...
Yes. Okay, that's it. Miranda Bradley, so she is Rose Rudin's mother. She's not the CEO. Oh. Following statement. Wait.
Oh, what's more... The following statement...
Well, two of them... She's not necessarily the CEO, though. What if she's not really the daughter of Ernest Bradley?
All of the above statements are true.
I just thought she was the chairman of the board. That's not the CEO, is it?
It's close enough. It's the chief executive officer. The thing, 2 out of the 3 are correct. We know they're correct, so all 3 are correct.
Yeah, because she's definitely the daughter of Ernest.
Yeah. So 2 of these are correct, so we had to select that all of the above statements are true.
Yeah.
Because you can't select more than 1.
Yeah. Okay. So all of them.
Yeah.
We have also concluded the following statement concerning the Milano Labs company is true. It's a shell company created to attract investigators' attention. It's an international corporation created by Russell Bradley. It's a well-known manufacturer of allergic to potato chips. It's definitely the first one. And Bishop enters your office and gives you some additional questions from Delaware. The first question is, what is the real purpose of the Get Force company? I definitely think it's illicit transport of human organs, but that's just me.
I do too. Do we want?
I think that if we have the gut instinct, I think we should be able to answer it, because I absolutely think that
there's too much going on with human organs.
There's too much going on with organs for it that not to be that.
Okay.
The second question is, Get Force and Medical Support Foundation lobbied against which legislation? Okay, yeah. Oh, we lost.
But we got all the questions.
But we lost! We
7.
lost 7 points!
That's fine.
We got all the questions right. We were on top of it this time.
Case solved!
You did almost great. I'm really upset about those stress tokens at the end because we kicked booty.
But we needed it.
But we did. What bothers me the most, though, is what
we discovered 7 traces.
What we spent the stress tokens on was not anything in the thing.
No.
But, in the questions.
But that's going to help us in that final one. You know it's going to help us in that final one. All the information we have.
It's gotta, right?
It
has to.
So let's close this case. I like this.
Yeah, this is good music for this part.
Unlikely sleuth is what this is called.
We are unlikely sleuths. Alright, you send your report to Delaware. After some time, you get an email with a reply. I'll be landing in Richmond soon, but I had some free time on the plane. I've read your report. Let me go through it. Let's start with St. Martha's Hospital and their research team. You determined that the research team was cooperating with Samuel Brown. More and more evidence points to that conclusion. In fact, I was able to confirm that both Carl Borgman and James Ferguson were cooperating with Samuel Brown on multiple occasions. I'm not sure what that means, but certainly nothing good. But we know Carl Borgman is the same as Rudnicki. Moving on to Miranda Bradley. You were right about her. However, not only is she the mother of Rose Rudin, she's the CEO of Medical Support Foundation, and she's the daughter of Ernest Bradley. She is certainly more connected to this whole case than we previously thought. I should probably meet with her tomorrow. Anyway, let's discuss Milano Labs. It looks like you were right. It certainly got our attention. Milano Labs has little to do with Russell Bradley. It is also not a tissue manufacturer, but it is out there, always leaving us some traces. I'm certain that it's a shell company created to point us to something. What that something may be is hard to determine. The name Nostromo keeps coming up in this context.
Right, that?
Yep.
That's a new thing.
Damn. I hate when it just gives us new things. keeps coming up in this context. In fact, I'm almost certain that this whole Milano Labs deal, the whole shell company was created by someone who wants to remain anonymous, but requires media attention. Someone who would like to bring light to certain events from a distant past. Anyway, I'm glad that you've spent the last couple of days well. Your productivity and professionalism is what will get us to the bottom. I didn't get to read the last of it. Please scroll back down. Well, let us get to the bottom of this. Get some rest. We will talk tomorrow. Rude.
Additional questions.
Yeah.
Matching evidence. Must be the same person.
So it's 10 o'clock, and the problem is that I want to finish this. I don't want to wait a week.
Every case we need to dig somebody up. I agree. I'm with SoCal on that one. Oof. We're fuzzy.
You're fuzzy. It's because we kept going in and out looking at those,
There you go. Oof. Well, guys.
Rudnicki and Carl Borgman are the same person. We found out a lot of stuff. We have found out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to see if this is on Amazon, and if so, we'll put that onto our wish list, which is out there somewhere.
A lot of stuff. We found out more. Ooh, what if Bradley ordered her own daughter's, like, or not Bradley, the lady, who's not Bradley, it's something else. Rudin.
Maybe.
What if she ordered her own daughter's, like... And why is everybody missing their right index finger? Everyone. All of them are missing their right index finger. Why is this a thing?
Why is it not a thing?
I have so many questions. I just need them answered. I'm too impatient. I'm too impatient for stuff like this. Because, see, the thing is, I'm actually kind of glad that we're doing this on stream, because if we weren't doing it on stream, wouldn't sleep. I would be like, we need to finish the entire game tonight. Entire game tonight.
Let's see. There it is. There it is. It's only $18.
Oh, that's not bad. Cool. I thought you were looking up someone to raid, but no.
I'm going to add this to our
wishy list.
Yeah.
Okay. Why don't we...
There. And it's been added to our wish list.
Why don't we go... Why don't we go raid Snuggie? He's in the middle of charity month.
Okay. We'll go raid our friend Snuggie. I'm sure all of you guys know him, love him. Get to where I need to be. Raid channel. There we go. Alright. So we're going to raid Snuggie. We love your faces. On Friday, did Derek ever get in touch with someone to join you guys? Or
No.
Just gonna be the two of you?
I think it's just going to be the two of us.
Alright. It's going to be Derek and Megan playing something. I won't be here. But I love your faces. And I may I may make an appearance towards the end, because this actually is a local murder mystery.
Oh yeah, it's close.
So I hopefully will be done with eating and stuff.
Maybe.
I'll pop in at the very end to scare them.
Great.
Thank you, SoCal. Tomorrow on YouTube, there will be a new video. I am super excited about it. It is Diary of a First Time DM. with this lovely lady sitting beside me.
It's really just me ranting.
I understand that it is, but I think that
It's really all it is. It's just me ranting.
people are going to enjoy it. I really think so.
I am proud of the fact that I got Derek to laugh at one part of it.
Well,
So that's hard to do.
yes. So definitely check that out. We'll also make sure we post that on our social medias, and also I'll try to be able to post it in the Discord when it goes live. Hopefully we can make it go live like around noon or so. So, anyways,
Maybe.
I'll talk to you after the stream about that.
It depends on when I get to bed tonight.
Anyways, we love your faces. Have a wonderful middle till end of your week. They'll see you on Friday. I'll try to pop in. If not, I'll pop in on the chat and be a troll like I always do if I'm not here. But we love you guys. Let's go give Snuggie some love, and we will see you guys on Friday. Bye, guys.
Bye!